My God. I am so sick of seeing Jeffrey Epstein in my YouTube feed, bro. Jeffrey Epstein is everywhere in my YouTube feed. And holy crap. Holy crap. The man just won't go away, bro. The man will not go away, bro. Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey fucking Epstein, bro. He's not going away. He's not going away. Oh, hold on. I mean, this shit's wild, bro. It's pretty wild. And with the whole Epstein controversy, man, I don't even know what to say. Let's see. We'll get into some of them. Here's Peter Thiel's
get things done. That
reasoning.
They did that.
Yes.
And one, and we know they did that, and yet no one is asking for the tapes. No one's asking for the client list. We're in the dark.
Yeah, we should be asking for the client list, bro. Absolutely.
And probably
hunted.
I spent too much time thinking about all the Epstein variants. Probably the sex stuff is overdone and everything else is underdone. It's like a limited hangout. We get to talk about the crazy underage sex, and not about all the other questions. It's like when Alex Acosta testified.
Yeah, I don't think Peter Thiel is the right person to ask about this stuff. I think Peter Thiel is just as guilty as anybody. First off, Peter Thiel gives me the fucking creeps, dude. There's something about Peter Thiel that just scares the shit out of me. Like, there's just something about him, bro. He just gives me the heebie-jeebies. And hopefully he's just a strange man. I don't know.
For labor secretary, and he was the DA who'd prosecuted Epstein in 2008, 2009, and got him sort of the very light 13-month or whatever sentence. And it was a South Florida DA or whatever he was.
Never gonna waste my time on the ground.
And Acosta was asked,
because it's fire, fire.
Why did he get off so easily? And under congressional testimony, when he was up for labor secretary 2017, it was he belonged to intelligence. That's
yeah.
And then and so it's the question isn't about the sex with the underage women. The question is really about why was he so protected? And then I went down all these rabbit holes. Was he working for the Israelis or the Mossad or all this sort of stuff? And I've come to think that was very secondary. It was obviously it was just the U.S. If you're working for Israel, you don't get protected. We had Jonathan Pollard. He went to jail for 25 years or whatever.
But unrelated, right?
Understood, but this
is one particular operation.
It was if it was an intelligence operation, the question we should be asking is what part of the U.S. intelligence system was he working for? Was he working for
But don't you think that's an effective strategy for controlling politicians? Getting them involved in sex scandals? I mean, that's always been one of the worst things that can happen to a politician. Look at Monica Lewinsky. A very simple one. Consensual, inappropriate sexual relationship between a president and a staffer, and it almost takes down the presidency. It causes him to get impeached. Powerful motivators. The shame of it all. Also, the illegal activity, the fact that it's,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Give me 1 second, you guys. 1 second. All right, here we go.
It's one of the most disgusting things that we think of, with people having sex with underage people.
Yeah, the whole situation with Epstein, dude, is so fucking freaky, dude. It's creepy. It really is creepy. Blows my mind. It really does. I mean, it blows my mind all the crazy shit that was happening on that pedo island, bro. Pedo Island is rife with all sorts of stuff, bro. Little St. James, bro. Thank you, Game Genie, like and sub. Thank you, Game Genie 509 for liking and subbing. I appreciate you, my brony, bro. You're a pink brony, bro, and you dance at the gay club. Oh my God, I'm just having fun on the stage in my hooves. I'm wearing a man thong down at the. Let's keep watching. Let's keep watching and learning.
I'm sure that was part of it. I suspect there are a lot of other questions that one should also
most
ask.
certainly.
So
but I would think that is one of the best motivators that we have, is having dirt on people like that, especially something that could ruin your career, especially people that are deeply embedded in this system of people knowing things about people and using those at their advantage. I mean, that's an age-old strategy in politics. That was J. Edgar.
Yeah, I mean, and Jeffrey Epstein did it 10 times as hard as anybody else I've ever seen in life, dude. That's crazy. It's wild just how many people Jeffrey Epstein ended up blackmailing, bro. Like, that freaks me out, bro. It's like, how many people did you freaking blackmail, man? It is crazy to think about, like, how influential Epstein actually was. That's the freaky part about this.
Hoover's entire modus operandi.
Yeah, look, my riff on it was always that it's a little bit different from the J. Edgar Hoover thing. The question is always
I don't know when my next
people
basketball
doing
stream is
it
going to be, Jay.
knew they
Not
were
too sure,
getting
bro.
Compromised, and so it's the vibe is not that you somehow got compromised. It was more you were joining this secret club.
Right.
You got to be made.
You're
a made man in the mafia,
and you get to do crazy things.
No. It's only if we have compromise on you do you get ahead.
Right.
It's like I don't know. It's one of these
Skull and bones
closet.
type
Yeah,
things.
the closet. Of
Yeah,
the,
because if you ever try to leave, they're going to be like, okay, well, we got all this shit on you. If you ever try to leave and you try to reveal anything about us, we got all this info on you, bro. Yeah, I think Peter Thiel, I think it was very... I don't trust Peter Thiel, dude. I think Peter Thiel is a total creep. Something about the man just scares the crap out of me, bro. I can't quite put my finger on it, but he's one of those people. He just has that look in his eyes, bro. He's just got that look in his eyes.
Vatican.
Right.
The claim is 80% of the cardinals in the Catholic Church are gay. Not sure if that's true, but directionally it's probably correct. And the basic thesis is you don't get promoted to a cardinal if you're straight, because we need to have, and so you need to be compromised.
So you got to. So wait a minute. You got to be gay to be Catholic? To be a Catholic priest, really? Oh boy. Oh boy. What is the world coming to, bro? Yeah, I was able to profit. Dude, I've made a hefty profit today on silver. Oh, dude, I love... Can I just tell you guys, I am so gay for swing trading silver. Like, I'm in love with the concept. Not just the concept, but the practice of swing trading silver. It is so much freaking fun, dude. Nothing better. Nothing sexier than swing trading silver, bro.
And then you're under control, but you also get ahead.
Completely makes sense. Completely makes sense in the way to do that, with especially all these politicians who are essentially like bad actors. A lot of them, they're just people that want power and people that want control. A lot of them, and those kind of guys, they want to party. I mean, that has been. You've got two types of leaders that are presidents. You got pussy hounds and warmongers. And
Yep. I mean, that's pretty much it. Pussy hounds and warmongers are the people who are attracted to leadership like that. That makes perfect sense, man.
And sometimes you have both, but generally you don't. Guys like Clinton and JFK were anti-war, and then you have guys like Bush, who you don't think
You're
of
a
at all
brokey,
as a
man.
pussy hound, but most certainly you think of as
Please
a warmonger.
please explain swing trading. So swing trading for me, and this is my definition of swing trading. This is not financial advice, but this is my definition of swing trading. The way I swing trade is I buy low on specific ETFs, mainly equities index ETFs, precious metals ETFs. I tend to buy low on those. And then what happens is when they go up on a bull run, I tend to sell a little bit here and a little bit there. But yeah, when silver was crashing, I ended up buying a lot, and I mean a lot, of like the Sprott Physical Silver Trust, for example. Now, I was buying up silver. You see, the thing about trading paper silver is that the price of silver really is very volatile. And because of the volatility of silver, you can really take advantage of that. So buying silver on the dip is something I like to do. I keep a lot of cash on standby because I don't like to go all in at one time, because I can't predict when silver's going to go on a bull run. I just know eventually it will, because the dollar is so weak. I firmly believe the dollar is incredibly, incredibly weak. So weak that people don't even realize it. But yeah, no, I'm one of those guys that I consistently invest in the stock market. I have, for instance, I have an ETF, the VT. I actually hold quite a bit of it, even though I do swing trade it a little bit. I do hold a lot of the VT, and that basically holds 60% of that fund contains the entire U.S. market, and then 40% of it contains the international markets and stuff like that. So it's pretty good. I love the VT. So VT, not an endorsement of the ETF by any means, but the VT is definitely one of my faves. And yeah, silver's going up on a bull run. See, this is why I buy silver on the dip, because I trust silver. I also bought gold on the dip, just to be fair. I bought a lot of gold. I bought the IAU ETF on the dip, so that's something I'm pretty gay for. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of silver, especially buying silver when everybody's selling it off, and then when everybody wants to get back into silver, that's when you make the profit, So swing trading precious metals, I think, is more, believe it or not, swing trading precious metal ETFs, I believe, is more lucrative than getting into real estate. I would rather swing trade precious metal ETFs than try to sell homes. It's just so much better. I prefer it, man. I prefer it. But yeah, no, I buy low and I sell high, and that's pretty much it. It's a simple philosophy and nothing crazy.
Do you do you have a theory on what was Bill Gates' complicity with Epstein?
I think he likes pussy. I think he's a man. I think he likes power. He likes monopoly. I mean, he's incredibly effective with Microsoft, and for the longest time, he was thought of as a villain, right? He was this antitrust villain. He was this guy who was monopolizing this operating system, and
it kind of turns out that Bill Gates kind of was a villain at the end of the day. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Ultimately, let's see what we can find about Jeffrey Epstein, bro. I'm looking at what I can react to. Well, let's just look up Jeffrey Epstein and we'll see what we can find, man. Because the Epstein files, dude, Jeffrey Epstein, I just want to say this, he sucks, dude. I can't stand Epstein. I think he's just a terrible human being. Not a fan, obviously. Not a fan. But yeah, Epstein's just a terrible human being, bro. That's all I know. Now, we already reacted to Jeffrey Epstein's interview. What else have we not reacted to? I mean, there's so much information here. Okay, so we got Law and Crime Network, 6 Epstein conspiracy theories exposed in the file release.
There have been a lot of theories surrounding Jeffrey Epstein over the years, and with this new massive files release, we are tackling whether or not they prove them right or whether we still need answers. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Create an account, and Cogni's going to do the rest. Plus, their new Unlimited Plans custom removals feature lets you submit specific links that their privacy experts will personally investigate and remove. So if you care about staying safe, take your privacy back with Incogni.
Hell
Go
yeah.
to Incogni.com/sidebar and use
I'm
code
all about
sidebar
privacy, man.
for 60% off an annual plan.
The internet.
For as long as I can remember, the name Jeffrey Epstein, there have always been theories surrounding him, the notorious convicted pedophile and accused child sex trafficker. But now, in the wake of millions of pages of documents being released as part of the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which required the DOJ to turn over essentially all the Epstein investigation materials in its possession, now we have to ask, was there any truth to those theories? Because let me tell you, this document dump, it provides new clues, new context, new connections, and I'm going to say we got a lot more details. So from everything to whether Epstein was murdered, to whether people were exposed, to even Pizzagate. You remember that one? I'm going to tackle those theories and see if an evaluation of the materials actually proves them right or adds support. So I want to start with the idea, this is the big one, that the Epstein files are going to name names, right? Going to spill secrets. I mean, yeah. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying that what was released would be enough evidence to actually prosecute somebody for a state or federal crime, let alone make the accusation that somebody was involved in criminal activity or knew about what Epstein and his associate Ghislaine Maxwell were up to. I can't say that.
I mean, this is interesting,
because
bro.
Someone is mentioned in the files doesn't mean they committed a crime or knew about it. But
Exactly.
I will tell you.
Yeah, and I don't know who's committed crimes. I don't know what they've done. But it is crazy the amount of people who hung out with Epstein. And look, I mean, not going to lie, after watching some of those interviews, man, Epstein was actually very intelligent when it came to the financial markets. So I do actually understand why some people would want to go to him for an understanding of how the financial markets work. Like, it actually makes perfect sense to me. Give me one moment, everybody. Kind of selling silver on the upswing real quick. Hold on. I love swing trading silver, dude. I'm obsessed. It's like a video game for me. I'm not saying that you should I mean, I personally love gamifying stocks and stuff like that and silver ETFs. I've turned it into a video game for me. It's the closest thing I got to a video game right now. And in a lot of ways, it's a video game that pays me, is buying low and selling high on silver ETFs. So, and then I still have my entire portfolio that pays me dividends, and I have a very, very large portfolio to make up for the fact that I have a very, very small wiener.
You want to talk about exposing? You want to talk about secrets? My gosh.
Don't expose my wiener.
Was this embarrassing? Yeah, it exposed people in a whole new way. Can we start with Peter Attia? This was a bomb.
Hey, thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. The more subscribers we get, the better, but I see that we've been getting a lot more subs. So thank you guys for taking the time to hit the subscribe button. We're really having a fun time. Actually, I feel like my brain is kind of broken right now. As happy as I am that we're getting subscribers, man, but all this Epstein stuff is legitimately breaking my brain. It is breaking my brain, bro. And I don't know how to get it back. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Michelle? So
I don't know.
The anti-aging influencer, you've probably seen him a lot on social media, recently appointed contributor at CBS News. He was mentioned almost 2,000 times in the
2,000
times?
Files.
Specifically,
No way.
emails between him and Epstein from 2015 to 2018.
Cray, dude. 2015 to
And I'm not going to lie.
2018, okay.
They're bad. Atia wrote in one email to Epstein in February of 2016.
Yeah, some of these people, man, are perverts. Some of these people are perverts.
That a woman's private part is, quote, low carb, and adding,
good Lord,
still
man.
awaiting results
Good Lord.
on gluten content, though. How about this email, dated June 24th, 2015, with the subject line, got a fresh shipment, where Atia seemingly writes, the biggest problem with becoming friends with you, the life you lead is so outrageous, and yet I can't tell a soul. It's kind of chilling when you
Crazy,
think about
bro.
Epstein and the fact
So many people had to keep quiet about Epstein because you know what I think he was doing? I think he was saying, if you tell anybody about the crap that we're doing on this fucking pedo island, bro, you're done. You're done. That's what he was basically saying. That's what Epstein was saying, bro.
that he was brought up on federal sex trafficking charges, accused of abusing minors for years. Now, I will be clear, Atia wrote in a long response on X, which reads in part, reading that exchange now is very embarrassing, and I will not defend it. I'm ashamed of myself for everything about this. At the time, I understood this exchange as juvenile, not a reference to anything dark or harmful. He also added that he didn't participate in any criminal activity, that he never
Sure
was
you
on his
didn't.
plane,
Sure
never on
you
his
didn't.
island, never present at any sex parties. Right now, at the time of this recording, he has stepped down from his role as chief science officer at the snack bar company David Protein. There was also reporting
there's
that
a lot of protein.
60-minute segment that he was featured on has reportedly been pulled, but at the time of this recording, no word yet on the future of his association with CBS. How about New York Giants co-owner Steve Tisch exchanging emails with Epstein about women? You have one
Oh, snap, bro. Snap.
where Tisch allegedly talks about a, quote,
Let's
Ukrainian
go, dude.
girl who he called, quote, a very sweet girl. Epstein replying she has a, quote, a 10 is a character, and that he would get, quote, all info on her. Now, Tisch wrote that he was, quote, curious to know about her and asked Epstein if she's a pro or civilian. I think we can take a
Damn,
guess
bro.
what that means. And Epstein actually replied that he doesn't, quote, like records of these conversations. Now, Tisch apparently asked Epstein in another email about a different woman, is she fun?
This guy is an old... Yeah, you just by looking at this guy, hindsight's 20/20 though, but yeah, this guy's an old pervert. This guy looks like an old pervert, bro.
With Epstein replying, she is
Oh
a
my
civilian,
God.
but Russian, and rarely tells the full truth, but fun. I gotta say, this one's pretty striking. Regarding Tisch meeting up with a woman, Epstein writes to him, you did very well. She is a little freaked by the age difference, but go slow. In another email, Tisch appeared to be emailing with a woman that Epstein had seemingly introduced him to. With him writing to her, Jeffrey Epstein is very excited about you and I meeting each other. I like that idea. Do you?
Oh,
And apparently
God.
there were other emails where Tisch allegedly invited Epstein to a Giants game.
Oh, of course Jeffrey Epstein's using an Apple computer. Go figure. Jeffrey Epstein, baby. Oh, my God. I'm actually... Well, of course he's using an Apple computer because Bill Gates betrayed him. So he was like, fuck that. I'm only buying Apple products from here on out. Jeffrey Epstein, I think, was so mad at Bill Gates that he ended up just buying Apple products.
And Epstein inviting Tisch to his private island. Now, Tisch has responded to this. For example, he said in a statement to CBS News, we had a brief association where we exchanged emails about adult women, and in addition, we discussed movies, philanthropy, and investments. I did not take him up on any of his invitations.
Oh, hey, you guys, if you can, don't forget to tap the like button. The more likes we get, the better. It does help the channel grow. So please tap the like button, and please enjoy the show.
And never went to
Let's
his
go.
island. As we all now know, he was a terrible
Well,
person
when you got
and
something
someone
to
I
say.
deeply regret associating with. But there's more. Like, how about this photo of director Brett Ratner sitting on a couch hugging a woman sitting next to Jeff?
Hot. Ugh, this is creepy, man. Dude, Jeffrey Epstein, man. The pedo.
Jeffrey Epstein. Her face has been redacted out. Ratner, though, came out, said that this was his fiancée from 20 years ago. He reportedly told the Wall Street Journal back in...
The more you stay home, the less.
No Epstein, hadn't met him. What about this? Former NASCAR driver Brian Vickers apparently forwarded an email to Epstein in 2012 about a sexually explicit male fairy tale. How about in 2019, where he apparently sent a video with the subject line, thought you would like this, with the message, Happy Valentine's, buddy. By the way, at one point in time,
Oh, my God.
Baker's ex-wife was accused of coordinating Epstein's meetup with young girls, although she has claimed that she herself was a victim in all of this. How about when Epstein seems to...
I don't know, dude. This is all so cray-cray, dude. Hold on, I gotta sell some silver. Damn, the silver bull run's looking very, very sexy. Very sexy. Give me one more moment, you guys. It's fire, it's fire. Higher and higher, hey. When you point your finger my way. Let's see, buy. Buying. Okay, so I bought that at that price. So I had 5 cells. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it'd be 5 there. 6, 7, 8. Okay, cool. Nice. Yeah. So as Sprott Physical Silver Trust goes up, I end up, buying a little bit more and a little bit more. Let's take a look here.
To joke about being accused of going to a pedophile convention when he said that he was visiting Paris with director Woody Allen. Yeah, so writing in a 2012 email, this is Epstein replying to someone who wrote him, "Les pedophile convention?" Epstein writes, "I think pedophile is the plural." Lots of emails with
Oh my God, what the hell? Okay.
Marit, the Crown Princess of Norway. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. This was as recently, by the way, as 2014. The reason that matters actually seemingly contradicts a previous statement from the Royal Palace that said she had cut off ties with Epstein in 2011. On January 31st, she wrote a statement in part, "I must take responsibility for not having investigated Epstein's background more thoroughly and for not realizing sooner what kind of person he was."
He was a pervert, man.
How about this? The Prime Minister of Slovakia accepted the resignation of his national security advisor, Miroslav Lajak, over the weekend.
Miroslav.
After emails came out between him and Epstein talking about women.
Totenkopf.
Then you got this. In one email from 2013, apparently a businessman from the United Arab Emirates, Sultan bin Sulayman, the CEO of DP...
Hey, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to vote in the poll. We have 39 votes in the poll. Please like the stream if you can. And if also, not only if you guys can, please like the stream, but please subscribe to the channel as well. The more subscribers we get, the better. It really does help the channel grow, so don't forget to subscribe.
World writes that Moldavian is not as attractive as the picture. The Ukrainian is very beautiful. And while we've known his name before, there are more unsettling allegations surrounding Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates. Yep, came out as part of the release. It was revealed that back in 2013, Epstein allegedly claimed that Gates was looking to get medication to treat an STD because of having sex with Russian girls.
He's got to stop banging Russians, bro. Stop with the banging the Russian girls, dude. Stop it.
Keyword Russian. We'll get back to that. Yeah, apparently Epstein had penned this draft email on behalf of a Gates advisor who wanted to maybe leave the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So Epstein seemingly wrote in this guy's voice, "In my role as his right hand, I had been asked on multiple occasions and in hindsight wrongly acquiesced into participating in things that have ranged from the morally inappropriate to the ethically unsound and had been repeatedly asked..."
Okay, so I'm going to read this as well. So in my role, I'm going to read it. So this is Jeffrey Epstein draft email. In my role, I'm gonna read it I want to read it like Sean Connery though. In my role as his right hand, I had been asked on multiple occasions and in hindsight wrongly acquiesced into participating in things that have ranged from the morally inappropriate to the ethically unsound, and had been repeatedly asked to do other things that get near and potentially over the line into the illegal, from helping Bill to get drugs in order to deal with consequences of sex with Russian girls, to facilitating his illicit tryst, I don't know what that means, with married women, to being asked to provide Adderall for bridge tournaments. I feel I owe it to my friends and future colleagues to admit a moral failure.
asked to do other things that get near
Crazy.
and potentially over the line into the illegal. From helping Bill to get drugs in order to deal with consequences of sex with Russian girls, to facilitating his illicit trysts with married
This is
women,
wild, bro.
to being asked to provide Adderall for bridge tournaments.
Why are you? Oh, he's giving Adderall to bridge players. Come on, man.
I feel I owe it to my friends and future colleagues to admit a moral failure. So there was a spokesperson for Bill Gates who rejected the allegation, saying these claims are absolutely absurd and completely false. Here's something interesting. On Tuesday, NPR's Wildcard podcast, they aired a preview of an interview that they did with Melinda Gates. So this is Bill Gates' ex-wife. The two divorced in 2021. And that interview, which airs in full on Thursday, apparently includes Melinda's response to her ex being mentioned so many times in the Epstein files. Quote, "For me, it's personally hard whenever those details come up, right? Because it brings back memories of some very, very painful times in my marriage. Whatever questions remain there of what, I can't even begin to know all of it. Those questions are for those people and for even my ex-husband. They need to answer to those things, not me. I'm able to take
You got to answer to him, bro. You got to
my
answer.
own sadness and look at those young girls and say, my God, how did that happen to those girls? At least for me, I've been able to move on in my life, and I hope there's some justice for those now women." And by the way, Bill Gates did a recent interview, I believe, with Australian media where he said, "I never went to the island, I never met any women." And so the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior. Okay, moving forward. Elon Musk. Okay, 2012, 2013, there are emails that show the two were messaging and trying to arrange for the Tesla founder to visit.
Oh, dude, Aaron Russell's talking about my boy Tim Walz? Really? I like Tim Walz, he makes me feel cute. I love him, I got to take a toot. I like Tim Walz, he is the man.
At Epstein's island. So Elon Musk comes up in this new document dump. So for example, there's this exchange. We'll be in the BVI St. Bart's area over.
Okay, thank you for educating me on this one because my vocabulary sucks ass sometimes. So Money Mike 7474 is saying tryst is a private romantic rendezvous between lovers. Okay. Got it. Okay. So it's cuckery between lovers. Okay. Is it cuckery? Like, is there cuckery involved? I don't understand it. I mean, I get what you're saying. Does, like, the husband watch the dude fuck his wife? Is that sort of thing? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it all out. I'm ignorant to this
over
shit.
the holidays. Is there a good time to visit? And then a response.
I know that you guys understand this stuff because I know that people watch a lot of freakier corn than I do. I mean, I don't know what half of this stuff is. I mean, like, I don't know what half of the terminology is. So I'm not into the world of perversion. Not as much as everybody. I'm not gonna slam anybody for being into the world of perversion, but you know, I don't know the vocabulary. It's not in my wheelhouse.
Response from JEE Vacation responds, "I will send heli for you," seemingly helicopter. "Actually, I could fly back early on the 3rd. We will be in St. Bart's. When should we head to your island? On the 2nd? Did we need to organize Elon to your island on January 2nd? And by the way, Musk appeared to ask Epstein in one email, what day night will be the wildest party on your island? Now, it doesn't appear that ever happened, that he visited it. And by the way, Musk has previously tweeted that Epstein was a creep, that he tried repeatedly to get him to his island, that he always declined. And Musk also responded more recently on X that no one pushed harder than me to have the...
Oh, you guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers we have, the better. It does help the channel grow in a lot of ways. So the simple act of subscribing is a big deal to me. So so tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner, and let's keep watching the show, man.
Epstein files released, and I'm glad that has finally happened. I had very little correspondence with Epstein and declined repeated invitations to go to his island or fly on his Lolita Express, the private jet. He was, quote, well aware that some email correspondence with him could be misinterpreted and used by detractors to smear my name. So, okay, that's just the sampling of those mentioned. Goes to the idea of the theory names are going to be exposed. How about this? Theory that came out. And that was whether President Donald Trump was going to be mentioned in the Epstein files. After all, remember when, Elon Musk famously posted on X back in June of last year, time to drop the really big bomb? @RealDonaldTrump is in the Epstein files. Turns out he is. Yeah, so this one's true.
Yeah, I wonder how much Trump is in the Epstein files, though. Are there actual videos of him doing anything illegal? Like, that's my curiosity.
Now, to be clear, let's be clear about this. The president is mentioned. One of the reasons that a lot of people suspected this was, was there a delay in getting the files out? There was that memo from the DOJ and FBI that said we looked through everything. There's nobody else that needs to be investigated. There's no client list. There was a whole push to get the files out. There's been arguments that the president has kind of been distracting away from it. So is his name mentioned? Is he mentioned in it? Well, look, he is in it, but I got to be clear about what this is. So one of the documents, this is the big one, one of the documents that came out was this list. It was a list compiled seemingly by the FBI of unverified tips that came in from the FBI's National Threat Operations Center.
Okay.
And apparently this was sent over to the Child Exploitation and Human Trafficking Task Force. Now again, these were tips that apparently couldn't be corroborated, some of it's secondhand information. And in fact, this was what the DOJ said on this, quote, "This production may include fake or falsely submitted images, documents, or videos, as everything that was sent to the FBI by the public was included in the production that is responsive to the act. Some of the documents contain untrue and sensationalistic claims against President Trump that were submitted to the FBI right before the 2020 election. To be clear, the claims are unfounded and false, and if they have a shred of credibility, they certainly would have been weaponized against President Trump."
I mean, that is true. I mean, that is actually true. The Democrats would have used the information in there against Trump a long time ago. However, there's a lot of Democrats that are also in the files too, so I don't know. I think they all agreed, like, let's not show anything. Crazy, though. Crazy.
Already. Now, we do want to warn you, these allegations in these tips are very disturbing, but I'll give you an example. Quote, "Redacted reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform oral sex on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend..."
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
"Told Alexis that she was approximately 13, 14 years old when this occurred, and the friend allegedly bit President Trump while performing." The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting President Trump.
Boring. This is boring, man. I want to see some other crazy shit. Oh, the Savannah Guthrie situation takes a turn.
I looked at this alleged ransom note 20 times last night, and there is something that piqued my interest from the beginning. And I believe now that there is a way of connecting the dots, and that law enforcement has an area that they are most interested in terms of where Nancy might be, if this letter is legit. And I say it for this reason, that obviously the person who took Nancy, if this is the person who wrote this ransom letter, they're demanding money. And if they get the money, they're saying they will return her. That's obvious, right? Well, in the letter, it says they would return her back to Tucson. So they also give a time frame of how long it would take after they received the money to return her to Tucson. So there's a time frame. Now, if you look at the time frame, then you say, well, you can draw a circle around Tucson to see how long maximum it would take to get her back there. And they're not going to fly her back, because the last thing they're going to do is go to an airport where Nancy Guthrie shows ID. That's not going to happen. So clearly it would be driving. And they're not going to drive at 100 miles an hour because if they get stopped for speeding, it's over. So they're going to go at around the speed limit. So let's say that if this letter is legit.
Oh, we got ET in the house, dude. Says law and crime is liberal. You think Michael Saylor did it? They don't want money. They want Bitcoin. No, Bitcoin is pedo money, dude. I think that Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies are basically just pedo money. I think it's what pedos use, bro. That's what I think. I think Bitcoin is pedo money. That's all I think, bro. That's all I think, yo. Yo, 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 yo.
They would travel at about 60 miles an hour. So, based on this time frame in the letter and the fact that she would be returned back to Tucson, here's the way it looks. If you look, this is Tucson right here. If you look at this red circle, that is the radius of the maximum amount of time it would take to get her back to Tucson, all around this circle. It incorporates California, Nevada, Utah, Idaho.
So he's thinking that they're holding her in another state. Okay, that's fair.
It incorporates Colorado, Wyoming, a little bit of Kansas,
All right.
and a little bit of Oklahoma.
There we go. There
now,
we go.
That's a big area for sure.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
it is not the full United States. It's not the world. At least it's a defined area. And again, if the letter is legitimate, then it would seem, based on the amount of time maximum it would take to bring her back to Tucson, it's this area that I would think authorities are most interested.
Yeah, I don't really care. Boring. Oh, wow. Did Donald Trump? No. Let's look up Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Gates, dude. Bill Gates, bro. Let's react to The View.
Looking for tax help?
Oh,
Now
God.
there are TurboTax experts right
takeaway of this, but it does bring me back to a lesson like my mom always taught us, which is like money doesn't buy happiness. Some of the men caught up in this are some of the most powerful, politically
Crazy.
connected, wealthy men on the planet. And you see how, despite their accomplishments, they're lonely. They're turning to the darkest corners for satisfaction. They're turning to victim.
Yeah, I mean, once you've... this is kind of crazy, but, like, once you've kind of done it, like, to a maximum extent, once you've kind of, like, gotten to a certain point in life, you know what I mean? You start turning to some weird crap. Not necessarily. Some people, I think, are just sick and depraved. I don't think it's that way for everybody. You know what I mean? But it's a weird situation, man. This whole thing's weird.
Victimizing women, and it's just so gross to me when you read through some of these exchanges.
Somebody
the
once
things
said,
they're willing
somebody
to
once
do.
said, behind all great wealth is a great crime.
Right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. There are some people who honestly got rich because they created a company that, like, for instance, you could create a really, really incredible product and then create a company around that product and then sell that company for $1 billion, right? Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. And then you could just take that money and put it into a diversified portfolio of investments and then just kind of chill out.
And the ending of that is
That's what I would do, at least. I wouldn't want to be partying with Epstein.
because they can. Because they can, and because they were able to get away with it for so long because they protected each other.
And not only did they protect each other, but we were complicit in all of this. We are complicit.
Wait, how are you complicit? Oh, were you on the list? Whoopee. Were you doing things?
Because
How?
I'm going to tell you how.
Yeah.
Women didn't say, hey, don't do that. Don't stand up for that. Women did not stand up for other women. Women saw what was going on and didn't say,
women.
stop this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's because the greatest enemy to women are other. I'm not going to finish that statement, but you know what I'm getting at.
They didn't come out and say, this is going on.
The greatest enemy to women are other blank. I think you guys could fill in the blank.
Well, yeah. You know,
But what do you mean we? I mean,
I mean women, because, listen, for years, men had the ability, men thought that it was okay to treat women this way.
All right.
We see it on television all the time. We see
They
people,
still
we see
do.
all of the,
Yeah.
and until we stand up, until women stand up and say, hey, never.
Pat Bet David,
Hillary
bro.
Clinton.
Pat Bet David's covering Clintons are sending a warning. Bill and Hillary challenge Comer over Epstein hearing. I'm curious about this.
And James Comer are going back and forth.
So what do you guys think about my boy Trump on this shit?
And this is the tweet from 23 hours ago that got 14 million views. For 6 months, we engaged Republicans on the Oversight Committee in good faith, and we told them what we know under oath. They ignored all of it. They moved the goalposts and turned accountability into an exercise on distraction. So let's stop the games. If you want this fight, James Comer, let's have it in public. You love to talk about transparency. There's nothing more transparent than a public hearing, cameras on. We will be there. Straight up, Hillary Clinton.
Okay.
President Trump comes back and says he doesn't like the fact that it bothers me. Rob, I think you got a clip on this one. If you want to play it, go for it.
But it bothers me that somebody's going after Bill Clinton. See, I like Bill Clinton. I still like Bill.
What do you like about him?
I liked his behavior toward me. I thought
Okay.
all
right.
He got
All
me.
right.
He understood me.
Here he comes.
I'm starting to feel like he and Bill Clinton were hanging out a little too closely.
Okay, so, and by the way, I think this is the interview they're doing for halftime Super Bowl, which he was actually impressed. He liked the interview, apparently, that they went back and forth. So, Jared, what do you think's going on over here with James Comer, Hillary Clinton, and the president?
Well, first of all, I love the president's answer, right? What do you like about Bill Clinton? Well, I like that he likes me. We knew
It's a great answer, bro. I like that answer. Yeah, he's nice to me.
we knew that was the first answer.
Yeah.
And then he went deep with it. He was like, I feel like Bill Clinton really gets me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they get deep. He then later on in that interview, he says that Bill Clinton was telling everyone you don't want to run against Trump. So Bill Clinton's also his campaign advisor. Apparently. Look, I think what's going on with this, I have a lot of history with Comer. I used to be on the Oversight Committee during the Biden impeachment. Remember that? They were going to impeach Joe Biden, which they never did. Because
Joe Biden deserved to be impeached, dude. He was so freaking incompetent.
Comer never found any evidence. He called me a Smurf once.
Well, you kind of look like you might be.
So you guys have history, you and Comer.
Yeah. I mean, like, I've been short, like, for 45 years, but this guy thought, like, oh, he's going to point it out, and somehow that's going to get under my skin.
How tall is he? Tall? Is he a 6'5"?
He's tall. I mean,
Yeah, this guy's definitely got little man syndrome for sure. But besides the fact he's got little man syndrome, let's keep going.
He's just a terrible chairman of oversight. He once said to me, I don't know if you know this, Jared, but I'm like the largest landowner in my county. And I was like,
I have no clue who Jim Comer is, to be quite honest. So I don't know, like, if what this dude is saying is true or false. But let's keep watching.
Mr. Chairman, we don't value people anymore and how much land they own. That's like an old metric. That.
No, I'll judge you based on how much land you own. Just kidding. Oh man, it's sad that we live in such a humorless world. Such a humorless world. I'm doing a little swing trading. Hold on. Swing trading, brah. I'm swing trading on Grindr. No, I'm just kidding. JK.
That we used to do, but
where is he out of? Kentucky?
He's out of Kentucky.
Okay.
His own colleagues don't have a lot of respect for him because of the failed impeachment. Just really embarrassed himself. But he's still the chairman. I'm told he's a fantastic farmer, so I'm happy for him. Value our farmers, love our farmers. And
this dude just seems kind of annoying. All he's been doing is dissing Comer. Okay, fine. Comer sucks. Big deal. Get on with it. We all know he sucks, and we all know that you have little man syndrome. Get over it.
But I'll tell you this. I think he's overstepped.
Come on, man.
What's going on?
Tell me why.
And I think that's why the president's saying what he's saying. This is a really bad precedent for the Republicans. So you're now going to bring in a former president. Congress is going to bring in a former president in front of committee. You know whose antenna went up with that right away. Trump's. Trump's antenna went up with that. Not just Trump's, but maybe like Trump's kids, maybe like Trump's extended family, okay? Because I can tell you there are Democrats that are salivating at what Comer just did here. And this will be the Comer precedent. This will be the Comer legacy. And so when Jared Kushner or Eric or Junior or their kids are, sitting in Congress in depositions, they can blame James Comer for creating this legacy. And there are Democrats. It's not me, because I don't like this part. I think the weapon is...
this guy sucks so bad. Pat Bet David, I'm not gonna lie, bores the shit out of me, bro. Pat Bet David's show is so gay. Let's see. Maybe Matt Walsh has. I like Matt Walsh. I wonder if he's got anything interesting to say here. Hundreds, okay. Okay, let's see. Wait, did he do a live stream? Hold on. Was it live? I don't know, Matt Walsh. God damn it. Let's just look up Jeffrey Epstein. Let's see what else we got. You guys, I think we're running out of news, bro. No, I like Matt Walsh. I think he's interesting. I don't like Ben Shapiro, though. I know that Matt Walsh is Ben Shapiro's little bitch boy. I get that, but... Okay, Wired, we tracked every visitor to Epstein Island. Okay, let's take a look.
These red dots on the map.
Oh, you guys, if you can, make sure you take the time to tap the like button. The more we're trying to get to 100 likes in the next 15 minutes. Once again, we're trying to get to 100 likes in the next 15 minutes. So don't forget to tap the like button. The more likes we get, the more it distributes the show out there on the YouTube algorithm. So thanks a lot. Oh, okay. So let's see. We got Florida here. The U.S. Okay, so Little St. James is right here. Okay. That's the one thing I didn't know. I didn't know exactly where Little St. James was. So we got Florida right here. And then all the way over here, we got Epstein's Island, bro.
Began welcoming visitors.
He made the island his primary residence? Holy crap. That's fascinating. So this is an aerial view. That's kind of a big island. Not going to lie, that's a nice looking island. And look at that, dude. Look at that. That would be a fun area to swim in, dude. Right there. Do you know how great that would be?
7 plane dubbed Lolita.
Oh, the Lolita Express. God. The twisted flight paths of Global Girl and the Lolita Express. Jesus Christ, bro. Did he publicly call it the Lolita Express, or was that kind of like the little like under the table name for it? Crazy.
The Express. We see data points.
Hey, thank you, Samuel Westall. I appreciate it. Hey, you guys, tap the like button if you can. The more likes we get, the better. We're trying to get to 100 likes in 15 minutes. Don't forget to tap that like. A lot of people who are really well off. We're heading over to Epstein's Island. Obviously, it's basically millionaires, and billionaires, as Bernie Sanders would say. Millionaires and billionaires. We're going to Epstein's Island. Absolutely. That makes perfect sense to me, man. Don't forget to tap the like button. We're trying to get to 100 likes in the next 15 minutes. We're trying to get to 100 likes in the next 15 minutes.
Traffic.
Oh, we got a subscriber here. I ignored the invite. Did Samuel Westall, did Epstein end up inviting you, bro? Samuel Westall, did Epstein invite you to his island? Oh my God, Samuel Westall was invited? No way. Thank you so much, L_Taco Sancho, for subscribing. Gonna give you a round of applause, man. Hey, let's give L_Taco Sancho a round of applause for subscribing. Woo! Woo! Hey, if you guys end up subscribing to the channel, just let me know in the chat, and I'll give you guys your flowers, and I'll give you guys a round of applause. Woo! Woo, 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 woo! Let's go! Yeah, 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 yeah.
Numerous
No, I love it when ad networks. Here's the thing. I don't mind if ad networks know what I want, because I want ad networks to market products that I actually want, right? I'm okay with them knowing, right? I'm okay with ad networks knowing. Hey, Shelly Jelly Up Yours 007. Thank you for subscribing. Let's give a round of applause for Shelly Jelly Up Yours 007 for subbing.
Laugh out loud.
Woo! Thank you, Joe R, by the way. You subscribed earlier. Hell yeah. That's the sound of my cheeks clapping when I clap, by the way. Boom.
Laugh out loud.
Laugh out loud. Hey guys, real quick though, make sure you guys tap the like button. The more likes we get, the better. It does help the channel grow. We're trying to get to 100 likes in the next, well, we got 10 more minutes to get to 100 likes. So we're trying to get to 100 likes in 10 minutes. So please tap the like button. It really does help the channel in a lot of ways. So anything you guys could do to tap the like button, it really helps in more ways than you could ever imagine.
At Epstein Island, but it shows how on sex trafficking.
So I want to see this How Money Works one, because I watched it before, but I can't really remember too much about it. I feel like we may have reacted to it previously, but I want to kind of react to a little bit of it as much as possible.
Well, in May of 2023, billionaire investor Stephen Dieckhoff,
And we're just going to revisit it, I guess. We're going to revisit an older video.
purchased both Little St. James and Great St. James for $60 million.
Frog eat frog, bro. Yo, yo, yo. It's party time. Party time in the house. And out there, you feeling good? All right. It's party time. You know what time it is.
$1 million. He's currently building a luxury resort on Little St. James that he says could open as early as 2025. Also,
hey, thank you guys for tapping the like button. We're trying to get to 100 likes in the next 10 minutes. So please tap the like button as if your life depends on it. And we need as many likes as we can.
Here are 3 reasons why construction companies miss out on their revenue goal.
Interesting. Okay. Well, now we're going to react to this.
Trump ordered this operation. There were multiple explosions in Caracas starting at around 2 a.m. local time.
The most criminal military aggression.
So the title of this video is We Still Don't Know How Epstein Got So Rich. Was he a great investor? Was most of his money through blackmail? Like what? How did Epstein make the majority of his money? I want to know. And I feel like we may have reacted to this video at one point in the past. I don't know. I can't remember. I think I might have watched it on a personal level just to see like what kind of investor Epstein was. But we're going to kind of get, since we've been talking about Epstein a lot for the last week, we're going to dive in to see if Epstein was actually a shitty investor or a good investor. Did he actually understand how the financial markets worked, or is he a fraud? I personally think the dude was actually kind of a genius when it came to financial markets. He understood, I think, how they work for the most part. And I think he did. I really do. I think he understood them.
From the U.S. in the history of the country, the massive escalation coming after a significant U.S. military buildup in the region.
Well, that was certainly a distraction. But anyway, back to it. The team and I have been doing a bit of digging. 2 days before his completely unsuspicious death, the alleged financier Jeffrey Epstein signed an updated last will and testament which roughly detailed assets worth an estimated $577 million. What has remained unclear in the almost 6 years since, though, is how he actually made all of this money. Before
Yeah, that's the interesting part about this man. How did he?
Becoming the centerpiece of an ongoing international scandal, Epstein was most publicly described as a high-profile finance guy that made his money by moving other people's money around in creative ways. But even that...
Yeah, you gotta... I just swing trade silver. You know, that's pretty much what I do. I swing trade silver to make a little bit of extra money for my brokerage account.
Broad definition still raises some questions. He was supposedly charging tens of millions of dollars in fees for tax advice, even though he was not a tax lawyer.
That's pretty funny. Here's the thing. Even though he wasn't a tax lawyer, he definitely understood the financial markets really well. So I will admit, I do understand how like mega rich people would want to actually talk to this man about it. After watching that interview with him and Steve Bannon, yeah, you could tell he's a genius when it comes to the financial markets, though. Another thing is, if you guys can, don't forget to tap the like button. We're trying to get to 100 likes in the next, well, I guess we'll have to restart the clock. We're trying to get to 100 likes in the next 30 minutes. Once again, we're trying to get to 100 likes in the next 30 minutes. So don't forget to tap the like button. The more likes we get, the better. It does push us out on the algorithm quite a bit. So tap the like button. And guess what? If you tap the like button, that means I can annoy more people that I've never met. Let's keep going.
Or a CPA, hundreds of millions for wealth management, even though he never had a Series 7 or a CFA, and charged massive sums as a consultant.
I will admit, it's pretty obvious. Like, the dude actually understood financial markets really well. So that's the one thing that can't be understated. He understood financial markets.
Despite not even having a college degree. Now, the financial industry was certainly a lot less competitive back then. But even in the 1980s, ultra-wealthy individuals still weren't giving away money like this for nothing in return. With very little in the way of verifiable achievements, staff, or actual operations, it's unclear how valuable these services really could be. Which ultimately raises the obvious question. Was Epstein a successful financier with a completely separate side hobby in diddling? Or was he a full-time diddler using financial services as a cover to bankroll and launder the proceeds of his crimes? In either case, the obvious course of action would be to follow the money trail, right? Well, there are actually a few big groups of varying levels of competency who are all trying, but this is easier said than done. A complex web of jurisdictions, shell corporations, alongside confidential client and banking secrecy laws make a paper trail hard to pin together, and that is clearly by design. Nobody's investment accounts.
I will admit, the one thing about Jeffrey Epstein, for the most part, he was pretty good at covering his tracks, for the most part. I mean, the fact that he was able to have this level of an operation for so long without being arrested is actually kind of, it's immoral, but it is impressive. It's impressive that he was able to keep this shit going for as long as he did, but he's still a piece of shit.
Should need a multi-jurisdictional flowchart to piece together unless they have something to hide, right? Even without the benefit of hindsight, the whole thing does seem incredibly unusual. The only problem is that for a lot of high net worth and high profile individuals, the only thing abnormal about all of this is just how normal it really is.
Tonight, the Justice Department is scrambling to review roughly 5.2 million documents.
I expect that we're going to release more documents.
5 million. So I think the official number now, I think, is like 6 million documents have been released total, in grand total.
Word is redaction. A lot of pages, a lot of lines and paragraphs are blacked out.
You guys, don't forget to tap the like button, though. The more likes we get, the better. It does help the channel grow. We're trying to get to 100 likes in 15. We're trying to get to 100 likes in 30 minutes. It's a very doable goal, so make sure you tap the like button if you can. And also, please subscribe to the channel.
Was signed by J. Epstein.
His firm's operations were opaque, its client list never disclosed, and its assets never verified.
I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right.
Jeff was a high school math teacher until he traded his blackboard for the big board in 1976. But he just couldn't keep out of the classroom.
Oh, God.
Let's cover 10 pro tips for working.
Epstein couldn't stay out of the classroom, bro.
Financial side alone, Jeffrey Epstein had a career that could...
That's an ominous looking face, dude. Dude, he just had a certain look that was just disturbing. There was something about the man. You could just tell he was pure evil.
Only really be described as unconventional. For almost 50 years, he was seemingly always in the wrong place at the wrong time, but consistently managed to fail upwards. My good friend Patrick Boyle made a similar video.
Some people just fail upwards, bro. That's just how it goes. It's unfortunate. Like, Doc Rivers is the greatest example of a coach in basketball failing upwards. Mainly, he basically rides his successes, and he tries to make people forget about how bad of a coach he actually is and how much of a losing coach he really is in the playoffs. But yeah, I think of Doc Rivers sometimes. When I think of failing upward, there's a couple names that come to mind, but the first person I think of in the terms of failing upward has got to be Doc Rivers as an NBA coach. Anyway, let's keep going.
Video about 5 months ago that covered some of the same stuff. But within the time since, there has been a lot of new information made available. Either way, I will leave a link to that below, because the rapper formerly known as Lil Boyle is always worth a watch, and it seems like his videos have been quietly censored, which means he is talking about the important stuff. Epstein's first job in finance was given to him after he was fired from the Dalton School in 1976 for poor performance. Again,
I got to say this, in a lot of ways, these Epstein files are like Pandora's box, bro. These Epstein files are straight up Pandora's box. Make sure you guys tap the like button. We're trying to get to 100 likes in the next 30 minutes. 100 likes in 30 minutes. So please don't forget to like the stream. It does help the channel grow, and let's keep watching.
Working as a teacher without a college degree. He still somehow landed a job at Bear Stearns working as a glorified coffee getter for one of the firm's floor traders. These were the people that actually executed financial transactions.
Oh, wow. He interned? Yeah, I didn't know he interned there. That's
back in
crazy.
the day, before electronic trading took over by shouting at one another in colorful outfits. By all accounts, he learned the ins and outs of the industry incredibly quickly and became particularly...
I'm glad that a lot of the market is ran by computers. Like, that makes me very happy. I really am glad that a lot of the market is ran by computers. Computer. Give me a moment, you guys. I'm taking a look at the price of gold real quick. Yeah, gold shot up, man. Gold shot up today, bro. Yeah, I'm a big fan of investing in gold. Mainly because it's not as, here's the thing about gold, it's not as volatile as silver, but man, it's just as lucrative. Let's see, 93 bucks. Yeah, I was able to make a good little profit today. I made a good amount of profit on silver and gold, which is nice. Anytime I could profit off of either of those, I'm a very satisfied man. Yeah, I didn't realize it, man, but I got a pretty large portfolio to make up for the fact that I got a small dong. I'm sorry my dong is tiny, okay? Sorry.
Good at schmoozing the firm's wealthiest clients as he handled their complex financial...
Do you guys think I'm overcompensating for how small my wiener is? I think I might be, bro. You guys, I think I'm overcompensating for how small my dong is, and I think that's why I want to get to 10,000 subscribers so quickly, is because I feel like if I had 10,000 subscribers, I feel like it would make my dong feel bigger. But yeah, if you guys can subscribe to the channel, it really does make me feel like I got a huge hog. But in all reality, I have a pretty small hog, and I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry I let you guys down. You know, I'm tiny, bro. I'm tiny. I got a little tiny pee-pee. All right, sorry. My bad. Okay? My bad.
Affairs.
My
By
bad.
1980, he had worked his way up to a limited partner at the firm and even scored him...
So this is a good question. Jen says gold is a lot less volatile than silver. The biggest issue with silver is a lot of countries and companies have stockpiles, and if they choose, they can flood the market in a dump. Got it. So that's why silver is more volatile. Is the more volatile one. Yeah, here's the thing. I'm okay with that, by the way. I'm okay with countries dumping silver, because what happens is if the supply suddenly is bigger than the demand, that means that the price of silver is going to go down. And whenever the price of silver goes down, that is an opportunity for me to dive back into silver. So when silver goes up in price rapidly, I'm trickle selling. You know, I trickle sell here and I trickle sell here. I sell here, I sell here, I sell here, I sell here. And then, oh wait, silver price is going down. I buy here, I buy here, I buy here, I buy here. Oh, silver's price is going up. Woo! I sell here, I sell here. So I buy low. I buy silver on the dip and I sell silver on the upswing. It's as simple as that. I never like to buy anything. I rarely buy anything. I rarely buy any asset class on the upswing. If it's an asset class that I'm swing trading, I rarely buy it on the upswing. I sell on the upswing. I buy on the downturn, and I sell on the upswing. One of the reasons I love silver is I love volatile markets, but I love valuable products. So silver is an example of something that is highly valuable and highly sought after. At the same time, while it is highly valuable and highly sought after, one of the big things for me is I know that I could buy and hold it for a long period of time. I choose not to, though, because the price fluctuations are where I make my money. So volatility is where I make my money.
It's off an entry as the Bachelor of the Month in the Cosmopolitan magazine with an entry that read,
"Oh, dude, Jeffrey Epstein was Bachelor of the Month in Cosmopolitan? No way."
Jeffrey
No
Epstein,
way.
27, talks only to people who make over $1 million.
Kind of a stud, bro. He kind of looked like a stud back in the day. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm hot shot, dude."
A year. If you're a cute Texas girl, write this New York Dynamo, which is just so gross in
Yeah, dude, my boy.
so many ways. Although, to be fair, in the same year, they also awarded that title to Prince Andrew and O.J. Simpson. Sometimes you just
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
cannot make this shit up. But anyway, for those of you keeping track, this meant that in just 4 years, Epstein had worked his way up from a junior assistant all the way to a limited partner at what was one of the most notorious firms on Wall Street. For a lot of young
Hey, if you guys can, though, don't forget to tap the subscribe button. The more subscribers we have, the better. We're trying to reach 7,900 by the end of the stream. We're currently sitting at, how many subscribers do we have? We have 7,874 subscribers once again. We have 7,874 subscribers. We're trying to reach 7,900 subscribers by the end of the stream. I think we could do it. I think we can reach 7,900. But if you guys can, please tap the subscribe button. It really does help the channel grow. Also, tap the like button too, if possible. Let's keep watching.
Finance grads with Ivy League degrees doing their forced summer internship, this is the most unbelievable part of the story. How is someone without any formal qualifications getting ahead so quickly? Well, this is partially because finance back then was a lot less competitive than it is today, but it was also far more relationship focused. Someone who could show clients a good night on the town could bring in more value to the firm than some PhD quantitative analyst. Since then, regulatory, cultural, and technological changes, as well as just the overall size of the financial industry, means that the ladder is both higher and there is a lot more technical work to be done on those lower ladders. But back then, wining and dining powerful and wealthy people was part of the job, and it was a skill that Epstein clearly employed later in his career as well.
So basically, Epstein was a master at kiss assery. So Jeffrey Epstein was really good at kissing ass and then blackmailing. So that's very interesting, man. So he was great at kissing butt, and he was also good at blackmail. Okay.
Just from the financial side,
Figures.
At this time, Epstein was receiving a total compensation of $200,000 a year, which in 1980s dollars was a lot. Had he just had a long, stable career at the firm and invested his money well, like he claimed to be able to do, this alone could have explained his $600 million fortune. But of course, that didn't happen. He abruptly, departed Bear Stearns just a year later, and although the exact reason hadn't been made clear,
I gotta say that I love investing, dude. I'm an investor at heart. I'm a swing trader. I'm a long-term investor, and I'm a swing trader. I believe I'm buy. I'm buy tradeable. I am buy tradeable. All right. So I swing trade and I long-term invest. So 70 to 80% of my portfolio is long-term holdings, and 20 to 30% of my portfolio is swing traded. And I only choose like 3 ETFs. I only choose like 3 ETFs to swing trade, and that's it. I swing trade a silver trust that I particularly like. It's the Sprott one. It's not an endorsement, not financial. None of this is financial advice, by the way. It's just for educational and entertainment purposes only. So I swing trade silver trusts. I swing trade gold ETFs. And then what's the other one? I also swing trade the Vanguard Total World Index. But everything else is a long-term holding. So 70 to 80% of my portfolio is just a very diversified portfolio of very safe companies. companies that pay dividends, for example, real estate investment trusts, a variety of exchange-traded funds that I have in my portfolio as well. So my portfolio is very, very, very diversified to the point where it's like no matter what happens in any market, my portfolio ends up being okay no matter what. And that's the best part about it. By the way, I'm really happy with volatility. I love volatility. Like, I'm a volatility chaser at the end of the day, which is probably one of the reasons why I love swing trading silver ETFs so much. And yeah, I love the price volatility, man. I really, really do, bro. I love the volatility. Oh yeah.
Were a variety of factors at play. He had reportedly lent money to a friend to buy stocks, which was outside of industry guidelines. He was also reportedly having an affair with one of the office secretaries, and he was also being charged by the SEC for a violation of Regulation D, which in plain English meant he was
Oh man, Jeffrey Epstein was a party animal? Who would have guessed?
was trying to skirt around public investment registration requirements.
Who would have
On top
guessed?
of this cluster of HR liability, the firm itself was also under investigation for insider trading. In fact, the only reason we know how much Epstein was making at his first big boy job on Wall Street was because he later had to testify as a witness in that insider trading case. Now, I know that this video is going to be long enough as is, but an essential detail that came out of this testimony was actually about Epstein's first ever criminal conviction, which came a lot earlier than what most people think. He briefly revealed that he was prosecuted in the United Kingdom for unlawful possession of an antique sword. So, you know,
Oh, you guys, don't forget to tap the subscribe button. The more subscribers we get, the better. We're trying to reach, we're currently sitting pretty at 7,876 subscribers. We're trying to reach 7,900 before the stream ends. So once again, we're at 7,876 subscribers. Please don't forget to tap the subscribe button. We're trying to get, we're only like 24 subscribers away from hitting 7,900. So please, for the love of Christ, don't forget to tap the subscribe button, okay?
Had he just continued to study the blade, the world probably could have avoided a lot of pain and suffering. Anyway, after he left Bayer, he maintained a productive relationship with the firm and its executives. Those students of history amongst you may be able to see how that will be important later on. Either way, once he was out on his own at the age of 27, he started his own consulting firm, International Asset Group, or IAG. Not to be confused.
IAG, not AIG. IAG, interesting. Intercontinental Asset Group. I've never heard of them before.
With AIG, the insurer.
Interesting. Okay.
His firm dealt with the same high-profile clients and reportedly acted as something of a high-end debt collector, recovering embezzled funds and recovering assets that
Oh shit! So he was a debt collector. Go figure.
Taken off his clients.
Go freaking figure.
The actual
bro.
nature of his work at this time was very murky. One of his clients was famously Adnan Khashoggi, who himself was a middleman in the Iran-Contra affair. He also had a fake passport, and when Florida Attorney General Alexander Acosta was questioned about his later criminal case, he stated on record that, "I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence and to leave it alone, and that Epstein was above his pay grade." You can see why the tinfoil hat really doesn't need to be too tight for all of this to raise a lot of questions. However, just from the business perspective, this kind of work had the potential to be highly lucrative, while also giving him an extensive contact list of high-profile people and experience with legal and financial systems in different countries and jurisdictions. He ran this operation for 6 years in total before being hired by Stephen Hoffenberg to work at Towers Financial Corporation, a collection agency that would buy up debt from things like medical debt off hospitals for cheap and try to get people to pay them. According to an interview he later gave to Vanity Fair, as a senior consultant, he was reportedly paid $25,000 a month, which is the equivalent of about $70,000 today. This was extremely good money by almost anybody's standards, but even in the early 90s, it still wouldn't move the needle on his eventual $600 million net worth. On the surface, this firm eventually transitioned to becoming an investment vehicle targeting hostile takeovers of companies like Pan Am just a few years before its eventual bankruptcy.
Okay, all right.
Build a website you love.
Hell no. Down in Epstein. Hey, guys, make sure you guys tap the subscribe button. The more subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow. So the subscribe button is in the upper right-hand corner. We're trying to get to 7,900 subscribers by the end of the stream. We're pretty close. We're like 23 or 22 subscribers away from hitting the subscriber goal. So we're trying to get to 7,900 subscribers by the end of the stream. Let's see if we could do it, man.
What the firm was actually doing was running a giant Ponzi scheme. In 1993, the firm eventually imploded, losing an estimated $450 million of its investors' money.
Damn,
At the
bro.
time, this was the biggest Ponzi scheme in American history, only eventually being topped by Bernie Madoff in the late 2000s. Despite being a senior figure in the firm and a self-proclaimed protege to the man in charge, Epstein was never charged in relation to the fraud. So, yeah. At this point in his career, he already had one criminal conviction, been fired from a teaching job he was unqualified for, embroiled in SEC complaints, involved in an insider trading scheme, had
Give me just a moment, my bronies. One moment, man. And then we'll take it slow. That's where this plane's gonna land. Way down in Epstein's Island. But yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let's keep going, man. Actually, let me try this real quick. Hey, thank you so much for the virtual gift, my brony. We'll keep this. Hey. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jen. Jen Ounce. I appreciate the bronze medal for 50 jewels. Thank you so much. Everybody give a shout out to Jen. Thank you so much, Jen. I appreciate you. Let's see. That's where this plane's gonna land. Hey, thank you for the GLHF. Appreciate it, Jen. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. I know you're not a bro, but it's all right. But thank you so much, Jen. I appreciate you, brony. Bronze medal for 50 jewels and a GLHF. Hell yeah. Give me a few more seconds here. Bermuda, Bahama. I got to take a piss. That is one thing I got to do, guys. I got to take a quick piss. Way down in Kokomo. We'll take it fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where... Hey, thank you, Justin Barry, Justin Boovy. I appreciate the torch for 200 jewels, man. Thank you so much. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Let's give a shout out to @JustinBoovy7221. I appreciate the torch for 200 joules, bro. Really helps the channel grow a lot of ways. What a stud, dude. What a stud. Let's keep watching. You guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, though. More subscribers we get, the better. We're trying to reach 7,900 subscribers. Once again, we're trying to reach 7,900 subs. So don't forget to tap the subscribe button. We're currently at 7,878 subscribers. Please tap subscribe because it really does help the channel grow. Let's keep watching.
Links to one of the biggest geopolitical scandals in American history, co-ran a massive Ponzi scheme, and even when he was making legit money, it was through squeezing people for their unpaid medical debt. The result would almost be impressive if it wasn't for, well, you know. The thing is, though, by this point, he still wasn't anywhere close to the levels of wealth he would eventually obtain. But his solution was to become even more sketchy in his business dealings. So it's time to learn how money works to find out how someone with no formal qualifications and the worst professional track record imaginable still managed to amass a fortune within the span of a decade.
I mean, like I said, Jeffrey Epstein was really good at kissing ass. You know what's sad is sometimes in the corporate world, there are guys that are so good at smoozing other people that they end up climbing the corporate ladder a lot faster than others, all because they're really good at smoozing, right? On Epstein's Island, we'll take it fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where this plane's gonna land. Way down on Epstein Island. Bermuda, Bahama, come on pretty mama. Way down in Kokomo. We'll take it fast and then we'll take it slow. Mm-mm-mm. Give me one moment.
This week's video is sponsored by Brilliant. Brilliant helps you unlock the problem solver you already are. It is designed to help you excel in math and computer science by guiding you to real understanding, so ideas that used to feel confusing actually start to make sense. What makes...
Give me just a few moments, you guys. One moment. That's where this plane's gonna land. Way down on Epstein Island. Way down in Kokomo. We'll take it fast and then we'll take
Brilliant
it slow.
different is that you learn by actively solving
That's
problems.
where
You
this plane's gonna land.
are working through
Way
visual,
down in
interactive
Epstein's
challenges
Island.
that push you to reason things out for yourself and build intuition instead of
Hey, thank you guys for sending gifts, by the way. Virtual gifts really do help the channel grow in a lot of ways, so whatever gifts you guys want to send, I'll shout you out, bro. I'll shout you
memorizing
out.
steps or watching someone else do it. I have been spending time in their coordinate geometry course, and what stood out to me was how it changed the way I think about graphs. Rather than treating equations as a symbol on a page, you are constantly connecting them to movement in space until you start anticipating how things will behave before the answer appears. It also adapts to you as you go. Brilliant adjusts the difficulty, gives you personalized practice and reviews, and helps you move forward with confidence as you're
I may have to check out that sponsor, bro. Brilliant. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
deepens. If you want to become a stronger thinker and
F
problem
yeah,
solver, someone who can break down
yeah.
complex ideas and trust the reasoning, Brilliant is built for that. To learn for free on Brilliant for a full 30 days, go to brilliant.org/howmanyworks or scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description. Brilliant is also giving our viewers 20% off an annual premium subscription, which gives
It's a good deal, bro. I don't know. I've never used brilliant.org. It sounds like a pretty cool place. I don't know if they have a free tier. I hope they do, but
you unlimited daily access to everything on Brilliant. The slow, drip-feed public release of documents related to the Epstein case have given journalists, investigators, and investigative journalists an opportunity to start piecing together a clearer picture.
honestly, though, I'm not going to lie. I use ChatGPT to teach me things. So I use ChatGPT as a personal tutor to teach me things as simple as like Python programming or just learning how to be a better investor, for example.
Of how this man actually operated. Beyond just control effing old celebrities or politicians they don't like from between the redactions, there have been some important details that have come to light about the nature of his businesses, if you could really call it that. However, given the reality that Epstein operated out of the US Virgin Islands and had shell corporations in other jurisdictions with strict banking secrecy laws, one of the biggest insights actually came from a completely different set of files that were released several years earlier.
Okay.
The Paradise Papers were a series of leaked documents from the offshore law firm Appleby that handled corporate registries through Aruba,
All right.
the Cook Islands, the Bahamas, Barbados, Malta, Nevis, and Samoa. So, you know, a pretty
Hey, you guys, thank you for voting in the poll, by the way. We got 3 votes in the poll. Make sure you guys vote in the poll, man. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Please tap the subscribe button. Please tap the like button. It really does help the channel grow in a lot of ways. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and please don't forget to like the stream, and let's keep going, man. Yeah, but definitely vote in the poll, you guys. We got a poll going on. Don't forget to vote in the damn poll, bro. We got a poll, man.
Comprehensive list of the most reputable places to do business. Anyway, one of those leaked documents involved an offshore hedge fund founded in the year 2000, Liquid Funding, which was registered in Bermuda. According to information pieced together by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, the group that published these millions of leaked documents, the chairman of this operation was none other than a Mr. Jeffrey Epstein. Now, we don't actually know who the investors were in this firm because even with these leaks, the offshore entity was in turn owned by a holding company in Delaware under the same name.
Okay.
And that information remains sealed.
All right.
There was one exception, though. By using the Wayback Machine, in a 2002 annual report to stockholders, Bear Stearns disclosed that they had taken an approximately 40% stake in the holding company that in turn owned the offshore Bermuda-registered firm. In that same disclosure, they noted that Liquid Funding itself had approximately $900 million in assets, and what those assets were was primarily repurchase agreements on swaps for mortgage-backed securities, creating a special-purpose vehicle that was AAA rated. At the time, this was considered revolutionary financial engineering. But if you know anything about mortgage-backed securities, derivatives like swaps,
mortgage-backed securities, our favorite subject on this channel.
Stearns or AAA ratings, you will know that none of these fared particularly well in the eventual global financial crisis. At the same time, in 2000,
Jen is talking some trash, bro. Jen is talking trash to probably Christian Medwig and AAERONT. Or whoever the hell's trash talking, but Jen is saying, Jen is saying this to some of the chatters. Jen is saying, I bet you just goon to AI all day while you complain about random strangers that live rent-free inside your brain. Dude, I'm not going to lie. I think a lot of people have Michael Garza derangement syndrome. Michael Garza derangement syndrome. Now, some people cannot stand me. Some people are so angry that I exist that all they could do is go on my channel and shit talk me all day. I don't mind. I don't mind the shit talk. I think it's funny, man. My haters are my greatest advertisers. So yeah, my haters are legitimately my greatest advertisers for sure. But yeah, no, you guys goon all day long in a juicy man thong, bro. I goon all day long in a juicy man thong, in a juicy man thong. I goon.
And 7 that Epstein was getting his now infamously light sentence in Florida, his revolutionary new
Hey guys, we're currently at 7,878 subscribers. Once again, we're at 7,878 subs. Make sure that you guys tap the subscribe button so that way we can expand the channel even further. We're trying to get to 7,900 subscribers by the end of the stream. We're really close to that benchmark, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Investment firm
Every
was
subscriber
imploding on
counts,
itself
man.
under the weight of heavily leveraged derivatives and failing mortgage-backed securities. Less than a year later, Bear Stearns itself, the firm where Epstein got his start on Wall Street, would also collapse. Now, how much Epstein actually personally...
Thank you so much, Thank you, Dwayne O'Daniel, for subscribing. Hey, let's give a shout out to Dwayne O'Daniel. Hey, thank you for subscribing, brother. Let's give a shout out to Dwayne O'Daniel for subscribing, man. I appreciate you, bro. Woo! Thank you so much, Dwayne O'Daniel. That's the sound of my cheeks clapping, by the way.
had invested in this operation is unclear. Although a 2007 report by DealBook suggests that his firm had a 10% stake in the operation in addition to his chairmanship. This would have represented an investment of over $50 million, representing a significant share of his wealth even by the most generous estimate. But the important takeaway is that despite what he personally claimed about his skills at playing in the markets, by all available records, he kind of sucked at it. Just because the financial systems he was employing were highly complicated didn't necessarily mean that they were actually good. So for a while then, the primary source of revenue...
The problem with guys like Epstein is I'm pretty sure he was a bad day trader. I'm pretty sure he was a shitty swing trader too. He probably got into stupid things like penny stocks. See, I get into things that I know are valuable and that I feel comfortable enough buying when they go on a dip, even a tiny dip. So
for his businesses were not investment returns, but rather fees paid to him by an unconfirmed number of high net worth clients. After Epstein left Towers Financial Group, the massive Ponzi scheme, he established J. Epstein and Company, a firm dedicated to managing the assets of clients.
J. Epstein and Company, hell yeah.
On the condition that they had billions of dollars in net worth. At the peak of his career running this firm, there have only really been two individuals identified as his primary revenue sources. The first was Leslie or Les Wexner, the multi-billionaire co-founder of Bath & Body Works, as well as a major investor in brands such as Abercrombie & Fitch, La Senza, and Victoria's Secret. Wexner came on board as a client as soon as Epstein established the firm, and their business relationship did seem unusually close. Over the course of 15 years, Wexner paid Epstein a reported $200 million in fees for tax, estate, and asset management advice. Now, given Epstein's lack of credentials and spotty financial track record, a lot of people have pointed to this amount of money as...
Oh, you guys, don't forget to tap the like button, though. The more likes we get, the better. It does help the channel grow. So we're trying to get pushed out on the algorithm quite a bit. Subscribe to the channel if you can, but more importantly, the more likes we get, the better. We're trying to get to 100 likes in the next 30 minutes. Once again, we're trying to get to 100 likes in 30 minutes. So please tap the like button. It really helps a lot. I appreciate you guys, my brony bros, dude.
Being highly suspect. Financial services for people worth billions of dollars can and often do cost this much. But for an average of almost $20 million a year, Wexner could have built his own family office to handle his financial affairs and investment in-house. Beyond the sheer amount of money that Wexner was paying Epstein, their professional relationship did seem to extend beyond a simple client agent. Epstein's famous house in New York was actually officially owned by Wexner for more than a decade while Epstein was living in it. Wexner would reportedly come and go since it was his property after all, but yet the inscribed letters on the door read J.E. Additionally, and allegedly, Epstein used his relationship with Wexner to present himself as a talent scout for Victoria's Secret, which aided with his criminal activity.
No way. My man was scouting talent for Victoria's Secret, jeez.
Activities. These allegations brought attention to the culture at Victoria's Secret, who settled with shareholders 2 years later for a reported $90 million for a breach of their fiduciary duty in creating a hostile culture. known client that Epstein retained as a major source of revenue was Leon Black, the multi-billionaire co-founder and former CEO of Apollo Capital Management, one of the largest private equity firms in the world. An interesting but totally irrelevant little connection is that Apollo Capital Management shares the same New York office building with another private equity firm, Sycamore Partners. Sycamore Partners acquired the holding company, The Limited, in 2017, which is the parent company of Victoria's Secret. This means
interesting. Okay.
Nothing. But it is a warning that when you start looking at financial documents for 2 months straight, you do start seeing connections everywhere. Anyway, Leon Black similarly was noted as having a close personal...
Damn, dude, this board is getting really convoluted. This board right here is getting super duper duper convoluted. I don't even know what is up and what is down anymore, man.
Relationship with Epstein, even making him one of the trustees of his family foundation as far back as 1997. As far as major financial dealings go, Black allegedly paid at least $158 million to Epstein for financial services between 2012 and 2017, according to an ongoing investigation by the Senate Finance Committee. That is more than $30 million a year.
Damn, bro.
Black's payments to Epstein potentially raise even...
Hey, thank you guys for subscribing, though. We're actually sitting at 7,882 subscribers. We're trying to get to 7,900 before the stream ends. 7,882 subs. I want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing. But yeah, please tap that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 7,900 before the stream ends. I think we could do it. I honestly believe we could do it. So let's keep it up, man.
More eyebrows because of the simple reality that he himself is a highly sophisticated financier and was the head of a major investment firm. So, what did he need Epstein for? Now, to play devil's advocate here, this alone isn't actually that unusual. Most major financial figures tend to keep their personal finances somewhere separate from their own firm for privacy, flexibility, and risk mitigation.
No, that makes sense. You got to keep your personal finances. I mean, some people hold a lot of their assets in an LLC. And this is the thing that a lot of people don't realize. The super duper rich love to hold their assets in LLCs. So that way there's like, if they get sued personally, they don't have to lose their assets for whatever reason.
It's kind of like how doctors don't go for a checkup at their own clinic. What was unusual, though, is how much Black was paying for seemingly boilerplate financial advice. In the worst case scenario, a clear explanation would be that these were veiled ways to give money.
Oh, we just got 2 new subscribers. By the way, anybody who ends up subscribing to the channel, please let me know that you subscribed to the channel in the chat. Just say I subbed or I subscribed. Let me know that you're a subscriber by simply tapping the subscribe button. Just let me know. All you got to do is let me know that you subscribed, and I'll highlight your name on the screen. Because I just want to say I appreciate everybody who's taken the time to subscribe to this channel. It means a lot to me, man. It means the world to me. So I appreciate it big time. Thank you, Malcolm Scott. I appreciate you, bro.
To Epstein for quid pro quo services that went beyond just finance. Now, even if that wasn't true, another explanation is that Epstein's fees were so high because he was pursuing aggressive tax mitigation strategies and was acting as a conduit to the tax havens that he was clearly comfortable working in. In fact, his firm itself, later rebranded from J. Epstein & Company to the Financial Trust Company, used his infamous islands as a headquarters to claim economic development tax incentives in the Virgin Islands, meaning that on all of these fees, he was paying an effective tax rate of just 4%. Less than a tenth of what he would be paying if he was similarly set up in New York. Now, Les Wexner and Leon Black were by far his largest known clients, but despite some early reports, new information has revealed that they weren't his only clients. In total, his firm received an additional $118 million in traceable fees from individuals like Elizabeth Johnson of the Johnson & Johnson family.
Wow, dude, what?
And the hedge
Really?
fund Highbridge Capital.
So Forbes says how Jeffrey Epstein got so rich. The 2 men were not Epstein's only clients. By the way, this channel is called How Money Works. I'm going to give it a like. But yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to How Money Works. They're a great channel. The title of this video is We Still Don't Know How Epstein Got So Rich. So yeah, take the time to like and subscribe to this channel. They're incredible. But yeah, how Jeffrey Epstein got so rich. The 2 men were not Epstein's only clients. Johnson & Johnson Harris. Elizabeth Johnson in 2017 was also a client, while billionaire Glenn Dubin's hedge fund, Highbridge Capital Management, paid Epstein $15 million for introducing the firm to J.P. Morgan Chase, which acquired a majority stake in Highbridge for $1.3 billion in 2004.
A report by Forbes pieced all of these together and found that in total, as far as we know, Epstein's firm brought in over $488 million in fees for questionable financial services. If we were just tracking the source of his wealth, these payments, as suspicious as they were, combined with some modest investment returns, should pretty much explain it, right? Well, not quite. According to the very will and testament that outlets are basing his estimated net worth off of, only around half of his wealth was actually invested in cash flow generating assets. And this also isn't accounting for the fact that several of his major investments completely imploded, taking out a major share of his fortune with it. He did have some successful private investments, such as Carbine, a communications technology company that he was an early investor in alongside other luminaries like Peter Thiel.
Oh, he's hanging out with Peter Thiel, bro. I don't know if he's hanging out with Peter Thiel, but dude, I don't trust Peter Thiel at all, dude. I think Peter Thiel is super freaking sketchy. I think that, dude, Peter Thiel scares the hell out of me, dude.
Thiel. But this company only saw significant growth after he was already dead.
So to let you guys know, the reason that I don't use an ad blocker, on my YouTube channel is because I feel like YouTube would use that as an excuse to like harm my channel in a way. So I purposely don't use any ad blocker software. I try to avoid that because if I were to use ad blocker software, that could be a liability to my channel, and I'd rather not, you know? So I just choose to mute the ads and skip the ads. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of, I tend to, when it comes to YouTube, I tend to play it very, very safe. For the most part, I tend to play it safe because sometimes YouTube can be a little woke, and yeah. So you never know. You never know. At least I will say this about my channel: I am a legitimate reaction channel. I like to react to videos. I like to give my raw reaction. I like to really take the time. But yeah. I'm not buying YouTube. Dude, YouTube Premium is such a waste of fucking money. Why would I buy YouTube Premium? It's a waste of money. I have zero reason to buy that. Now, I will tell you this though. When my channel eventually gets to 100,000 subscribers, and eventually it will. I'm sure I'll get to 100,000 subscribers before I know it. But once I get to 100,000 subscribers, man, you know what's going to happen? I'll get YouTube Premium. I'll actually subscribe to YouTube Premium once we hit 100,000, okay? Does that sound fair to you guys? Once I hit 100,000 subscribers, I will get YouTube Premium. So everybody, please subscribe to the channel.
It didn't contribute significantly to his 2019 net worth. Additionally, his firm had staff and operational expenses. It is still unclear how many people Epstein had working for him. But we do know that in order to qualify for his tax exemptions, he employed 11 full-time staff in the Virgin Islands, which was confirmed by a public audit that is still available online. Now, that is not a lot of manpower for the type of business he was reportedly doing. But this was in addition to an unknown number of staff in his New York offices. All of these investment losses and business overhead cost money to maintain, which means it isn't as simple as $488 million in fees equating to $488 million directly landing in Epstein's wallet. This is also ignoring potentially the biggest unaccounted for variable, which is that his lifestyle was obviously deplorable, but it was also not cheap. Frequent private jet travel, property taxes, and upkeep on hundreds of millions of dollars worth of real estate, and
I wonder if Jeffrey Epstein was ever in massive debt. I wouldn't be surprised if he was like in some sort of massive levels of debt or something. That just wouldn't shock me at all.
Personal expenditures all amounted to several $1 million a year on the low end. On top of this is one of his biggest personal expenses of all, which was lawyers. According to court records, Epstein engaged with more than 75 lawyers.
I don't have 8,000 subscribers yet. Malcolm Scott, I don't have 8,000 just yet, but I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer to the 8,000 subscriber mark for sure. But yeah, let's keep watching. And I appreciate everybody for taking the time to subscribe to the channel. It really does help the channel grow in more ways than one. So don't forget to tap the subscribe button and, if possible, tap the like button as well. Let's keep watching.
over the course of his life, including major names like Alan Dershowitz, who charged several $1,000s an hour for his services. Adding it all up, it is possible that over the roughly 30 years he was in business for himself, he could have very easily spent as much money as was coming in through these traceable revenue sources, which means to amass this wealth, he was either getting investment returns from somewhere that hasn't been revealed yet, or he had other sources of revenue.
Oh, we all know. We all know what the sources of revenue were. He was blackmailing elite people, and he got a lot of I bet he got a lot of cash under the table from a lot of elites. There's a lot of bribe money, bro. A lot of bribe money.
This sounds...
Hey, thank you guys for subscribing to the channel, though. We currently are sitting pretty... We're currently sitting at 7,886 subscribers. Once again, we're at 7,886 subscribers. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 7,900 subs by the end of this stream. Actually, we just got one more, 7,887 subscribers. Please tap the subscribe button. I want to acknowledge everybody. Thank you guys for subscribing. I mean it. You guys are incredible. You guys make this channel go round, okay? That's where this plane's gonna land, way down in Epstein's Island. Let's keep going.
Sounds bad, but it potentially gets worse. Now this part is verging on potentially conspiratorial, but so far in this video we've been working off the same number that most news outlets have been working off of, the $577 million detailed in his will. But that was written while he was in prison, and it was done 2 days before his death. It is possible that someone who was comfortable carrying a fake passport and slipping in and out of international deals kept some assets outside of the typical financial system in the event that he had the opportunity to make a run.
I wasn't on the island, bro. I swear, man. I swear I wasn't on the island, bro. I swear. I know I wasn't on the island. I'm telling you, I wasn't on the island. I wasn't on the island. I was not.
Run for it.
I was not on the island, bro. I was not on the island. I was not on the island.
Epstein's company accounts held with several major Western banks had over $1.9 billion worth of direct transactions flowing between them, well above the $488 million in fees that have already been well documented. These transactions also linked the currently sanctioned Russian banks, putting further question marks over who Epstein's clients were and what they were really paying for. Unfortunately, until further details are released and or more pressure is put on these banks to hand over information, that is all we do know for now. Offshore financial dealings are already hard to track, so then...
That's where this plane's gonna land, way down in Epstein's Island.
Add on a man who obviously wanted to keep most of his business a wonderful secret, and then add the literal opaqueness of the publicly released information, and we may not ever truly know the full extent of even simple stuff like the man's personal finances. Now, the comments tell me that I am always a bit too negative about these things. So if there is some good news that might come from this, it is a demonstration of just how widespread the network of shadowy offshore business deals really is. A majority of the activity in these places is just from people trying to avoid taxes, but with very little oversight by design, it's not a good look when that is the best possible outcome.
Hey, man. Hey, I don't blame him. Who the hell wants to pay taxes, bro? I don't blame these rich billionaire guys for trying to avoid paying taxes, because we all know that government's just going to waste the money when they get it. We know that government is a black hole when it comes to money. Straight up. I think we're all aware of that, right? We're all aware that government is a black hole when it comes to money. I think we all know that, right? You guys know that, right? Okay, so we're going to react to... What else are we going to react to, man?
Is your mattress giving you aches and pains?
Oh, damn. So we got new details on how Jeffrey Epstein got so rich inside Rothschild and Zuckerman connections. Interesting.
Today on Forbes, how Jeffrey Epstein got so rich.
I'm curious.
2 more billionaire clients.
I mean, Forbes is a shitty publication, by the way. Forbes is a very crappy publication, but let's keep watching.
Buried within the more than 3 million documents released by the Department of Justice last Friday are contracts and payment records identifying 2 previously unreported billionaire clients of Jeffrey Epstein, real estate mogul Mortimer Zuckerman and Ariane de Rothschild.
Hey, thank you guys for tapping the like button, though. It really does help the channel grow. So please tap the like button and tap the subscribe button as well. We're trying to get to 7,900 subscribers before the end of the stream. And we're pretty close, man. We're at 7,888 subscribers. We're really, really close. We're trying to get to 8,000 as soon as possible. But hey, if we get to 7,900 before the end of the stream, I'll take that to the bank and I will be very happy about it.
A Rothschild heir by marriage. According to the files, Epstein provided estate planning and possibly other financial services for Zuckerman and de Rothschild. Together, they appear to have paid him $45 million, an unusually high sum for the work he
I wonder if my homie Mark Zuckerberg ever hung out with Mr. Epstein. I just wonder. I'm just curious.
He was performing.
I love Zuckerberg.
According to 2 estate planning experts,
don't you know, Mark Zuckerberg, you're my hero, and you are the wind beneath my wing.
Spoke with Forbes anonymously given the sensitivity of the topic. One said, quote, "The industry rules of ethics require fees to be reasonable. Those fees..."
Stop making says it ain't so bad. Dream maker's gonna make you mad. The spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. Hey, thank you so much, Specimen. Thank you so much for the donation, my brony brother. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Hey, if anybody wants to give any gifts or super chats, we will never decline those. In fact, we embrace gifts in super chats with our arms wide open under the sunlight. Welcome to this place. I'll show you everything with our arms wide open. I want super chats and happy poops. Yum, 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 yum. Happy poop, yum, yum. Okay, let's keep going. What up, Tristan Allen says, file your taxes married at 9 and they won't take anything and they won't really check unless you're making ridiculous. Okay, cool. Whatever. IRS employees are lazy. That doesn't shock me.
These are insane. There's also, of course, the fact that Epstein was not a lawyer or an accountant, and so lacked the usual credentials for performing such work. The clients appear to have paid Epstein between 2013 and 2015. Years after he had pled guilty in 2008 in Florida State Court to 2 felony prostitution-related charges.
Oh, God, man. Epstein was a freak, dude. He was a creep and a freak.
Zuckerman, de Rothschild, and former...
Is Zuckerman related to Zuckerberg?
Norwegian
That's an honest question, bro. Zuckerberg, what's happening, bro?
Diplomat Tarjei Ruud Larsen, who appears as a third party in one of the contracts, did not respond to requests for comment. These revelations resolve at least a few of the mysteries about the origins of Epstein's wealth. Forbes previously reported that the sex criminal, who was worth nearly $600 million at the time of his death, grew his fortune in the...
This is crazy. I mean, these facts are wild, man. These facts are wild. But anyway, let's give Spaceman a round of applause. Thank you for the $2 super chat. If anybody wants to give any gifts or super chats, we obviously really appreciate it. We welcome it. So thank you.
The last 2 decades, largely through his U.S. Virgin Islands-based companies, Financial Trust and Southern Trust. From 1999 to 2018, the 2 entities generated over $800 million in revenue, more than $360 million in dividends, and $488 million in fees from ultra-wealthy clients, supposedly for providing financial services. Much of that fee income has already been tracked. Les Wexner, founder of L Brands and former owner of Victoria's Secret, and whose net worth is $8.9 billion, was responsible for over $200 million, the biggest chunk.
I didn't know he owned all those brands.
Is estimated.
Okay.
Apollo Global Management co-founder Leon Black, who was
This guy seems a little sketchy too.
worth $13.6 billion,
13.6 bill, dude. Holy crap.
paid Epstein $170 million.
Yeah, I think Epstein had a lot of dirt on these guys. I feel like Epstein had a lot of dirt on a lot of these people. So I think the majority of these guys were giving Epstein like as much money as they could to be like, hey, dude, shut up. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. That's probably what there's hush money. It was basically hush money, bro. It was hush money up the butt.
The hedge fund of Glenn Dubin, whose net worth is $2.9 billion, handed over another $15 million. That left approximately $103 million from unknown clients. The payments uncovered in the new DOJ release explain a substantial...
Hey guys, we're currently sitting at 7,888 subscribers. Once again, we're at 7,888 subs. If you guys can, please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 7,900 subscribers before the end of the stream. I think we could do it. I honestly believe we could do it. But yeah, just make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. It really does help the channel grow.
Portion of that mystery, $103 million. The largest sum revealed in the new documents came in 2015 from Ariane de Rothschild, her family, and their bank and investment firm, Edmund de Rothschild. Then married to billionaire Benjamin de Rothschild, who died in 2021, Ariane was on the bank's board at the time. She became its CEO in 2023, 2 years after her husband's death. Epstein and Ariane appear to have had a friendly relationship, with the pair exchanging multiple emails and meeting in New York and Paris between 2014 and 2019. In a set of 2013 messages between Epstein and a member of Edmund de Rothschild Group's executive committee, the member asked Epstein, quote, "What did you do to Ariane?" To which Epstein replied, quote, "Listened." The person then wrote, quote, "She loved it, and you put your finger on things that matter to her." A 2023 Wall Street Journal article reported that Epstein and de Rothschild...
I'm not going to lie. This sounds crazy, and you guys can give me shit for this if you want. But doesn't Epstein in that picture kind of look like Anthony Bourdain? Dude, Jeffrey Epstein in this photo alone looks like Anthony Bourdain. Is that blasphemous to say? Can you guys agree with me that Epstein in this particular photo looks like Anthony Bourdain? Come on. Chat, I need to know. Am I crazy for thinking that Jeffrey Epstein in this particular photo looks like Anthony Bourdain? Am I insane? Did you guys not think the same thing when you looked at it? Did you guys not think the same thing? Come on. Take that and party.
Child had negotiated a proposed contract between Southern Trust and the bank. A spokesperson for the bank told the Journal that she was unaware of Epstein's crimes and that, quote, she feels for and supports the victims. A contract dated October 5th, 2015, outlines a $10 million payment to Epstein from de Rothschild's firm, Edmund de Rothschild, Suisse, for, quote, a variety of strategic business matters. Another contract dated November 3rd, 2015, states that Epstein's Southern Trust would continue to work with de Rothschild on family estate planning, quote, as well as the, quote, strategic business matters, and that she would pay Southern Trust $15 million. Those amounts together match the $25 million in fees that Epstein ultimately received from de Rothschild's husband and their company, per 2 invoices and a list of transactions with Epstein's accounts at Deutsche Bank.
That face is so sketchy, dude. That is such a scary face. Like, dude, that is the most haunting face in the world, dude. Haunting.
Bank. Meanwhile, Zuckerman's relationship with the sex criminal dates back to at least 2003, when he signed Epstein's 50th birthday book with a wish of, quote, happy times, best wishes, and peace. The pair teamed up to launch the short-lived pop culture magazine Radar the following year. Zuckerman is a frequent media investor who previously owned The Atlantic and Fast Company, and still owns U.S. and World News Report. The files released last week include drafts of an estate planning contract between Zuckerman and Epstein's Southern Trust from 2013. Earlier versions from that year show Epstein asking for $30 million. He ultimately appears to have settled on $20 million for himself and $1 million for a third party, the former Norwegian diplomat Tarjei Ruud Larsen. For full coverage, check out Giacomo Tagnini and Monica Hunter-Hart's piece on Forbes.com.
Crazy, man.
This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes.
I don't know.
Thanks.
Look, I don't know what to...
Here he comes.
I don't know what to think about a lot of that, to be honest. It seems very crazy. It's wild. Oh, here we go, dude. Pat Bet David's saying, I never went to Epstein's Island. Bill Gates fights Epstein's
ex-wife,
STD allegations, and then this is Valuetainment. Make sure you guys like the video for Valuetainment. So the title of this video is, I never went to Epstein's Island, quoted by Bill Gates, fights Epstein STD allegations. Let's keep watching.
Gets invited on an interview right after she's learning about the fact from the Epstein files that he caught an STD that he was worried about giving her, and Epstein told him allegedly what to take.
What drugs to give her.
What drugs to give her. Play this clip here. Go ahead, Rob.
The emails in the files suggest that Bill Gates had additional affairs and that he tried to get medication to treat a sexually transmitted infection, and that he was going to give you the medicine without you knowing. His representative has said all of this is false. It is not on you to have to respond to the details of that alleged behavior, but I wonder what your dominant emotion is when you read these news articles with these details.
Sad. Just
I mean, if I was her, I would just go off and be like, dude, my husband's a total creep.
Unbelievable sadness.
My ex-husband's a total creep is what I would be saying.
Unbelievable sadness, right? And again, I'm able to take my own sadness and look at those young girls and say, my God, how did that happen to those girls, right? And so for me, it's just sadness for, I left my marriage. I had to leave my marriage.
I had to leave. I don't know. Now, here's the thing, man. I mean, it's just it's a whole smorgasbord of craziness. Oh. Got it. That's where this plane's gonna land.
I wanted to leave my marriage.
Way down in Epstein's
I felt I
Island.
needed to eventually leave the foundation. So it's just sad. That's the truth.
Did Bill
right?
respond,
And
Rob?
Bill Gates does respond.
Can we play the?
Does he really? Yeah, and you know what he's trying to go at? I'll let him play again. I'll give my 2 cents.
Pat, you study human nature.
Yeah.
Tell me, yeah.
Does that, when you look at her like that,
I feel
what do you
bad for
think?
her. I feel sorry.
What do
for
I
her.
think?
See what Bill has to say.
Well, I tell you what I think. I think a
Believable?
couple things. I mean, look, it's not even the believable part. It's I think the number one emotion is embarrassed.
Yeah, I guess she does seem a little bit embarrassed, and I don't even think she wants to really talk about it in public. That's possible. I mean, I would just be like, Dad, fuck that guy. I'd be like, F Bill Gates, dude. That fucking creep.
Embarrassed. Because, look, guys, I mean, it's well documented when these two got married, whatever, they were together for 27 years. I think in the prenup or some kind of agreement that they had that she agreed for him to go visit an ex 1 week a year. I don't know if you guys have
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that.
you can document that in a 1997 Time Magazine profile. It was reported that Bill and Melinda Gates, early in their relationship, that he could spend an annual long weekend with his former girlfriend Ann Winblad. And this is not Daily Mail. This is Time Magazine profile in 97. So anybody that agrees to that pre-getting married, you pretty much agree that there's something weird about this relationship you're getting into. Can you imagine if I go to my wife and I say, babe, listen, once a year, I'm hanging out with my ex.
Oh, okay.
If you agree to that, we can get married.
Yeah, by the way,
That's crazy, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's wild.
When I was getting married,
That's a weird concept, by the way. Why would that be in a marriage agreement? Am I missing something here? What the hell am I missing? Let's keep watching.
imagination clearly wasn't big enough. I mean, good.
You got to think bigger, buddy.
I mean, good Lord.
Yeah, you were worrying about like
but
the
she
honeymoon.
agreed to
this
it.
guy.
What I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. So no,
forward thinking.
But where I'm going to is, I actually think Melinda, maybe not the Epstein stuff. Melinda kind of knew this guy's the richest man in the world I'm about to marry. I probably have to agree to certain things that maybe I wouldn't get if I married Mr. Johnson, who's a second-grade teacher making $47,200 a year. This guy makes that a second. It's a very different situation you got. So I think she kind of knew who she was getting into, maybe not the Epstein guy. Here's Bill Gates responding. Go ahead, Rob.
Knew a lot of very rich people, and he was saying he could get them to give money to global health. You know, in retrospect, that was a dead end, and I was foolish to spend time with him. I was one of many people who regret ever knowing him.
You've no doubt seen the allegations, including some of them from the last 24 to 48 hours. Are they true?
No, apparently Jeffrey wrote an email to himself.
Draft.
That email was never sent. The email is, false. So I don't know what his thinking was there. It just reminds me, every minute I spent with him, I regret and I, apologize that I did that.
The problem is some of the things that he has sent and some of the information about other people that has come up in those files has been true.
Find your perfect tax expert, whatever your tax situation might be. Hand off your taxes to an expert who gets you with TurboTax Expert Full Service.
Como influencer, un servicio móvil confiable es lo más importante. Vamos a empezar, ¿ok?
Okay.
All right.
Why would he do this and say this about you, do you think?
It's factually true that I was only at dinners. I never went to the island. I never met any women. And so, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing.
Yeah, I still think Bill Gates is lying through his teeth, allegedly. That's how I feel about it. Everything about the situation just reeks of sketchy. It's sketchy, bro.
Nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
Do you believe him?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't. I don't believe Bill Gates
and
for
again,
a fucking second,
everything
bro.
is fact-based in this world.
I don't believe him, bro.
Whatever happened to your gut and your intuition, nothing.
Yeah, everything that Bill Gates seems very swarmy and very slimy. Like I said, I looked up to this guy back in the day. And I looked up to him because I love Microsoft as a company. In fact, if anything, Bill Gates is one of the inspirations for me wanting to get into computers, because I saw some of his interviews back in the day. I always appreciated the Microsoft Windows operating system. I appreciated like some of the cool programs that they had released, like Excel, fuck PowerPoint. PowerPoint's kind of cool, but Excel's amazing. But yeah, no, I looked up to him as kind of a role model when it came to like software engineering and stuff like that. So it's kind of sad, really, at the end of the day.
Nothing about what he's saying, I believe, with the amount of stuff that he is. By the way, this is just one. These are two emails that I read that he drafted by himself that he was about to send to Bill Gates. What, to me, that's almost like a diary. You're like, why would he make up something like that if he just didn't send it? It was still on his computer. He went into great detail about it. And just really quick, Pat, if you don't mind, Adam, when you said earlier about Hillary Clinton that you're saying that she's gangster and she's like, hey, we don't have anything to hide. I don't think it's that. I think it's, hey, we're all guilty and we're all going to go down with the ship if you guys open your mouth.
Crap, maybe. If I'm going down, I'm pulling everybody down.
But the one thing, Jed, I want to know your opinion.
Yeah, but she didn't go to the island. I think that's what she said.
Absolutely. But the main thing, she's into the Bill Clinton had Jeffrey Epstein come to the White House. How many times, Rob? 11? 17? 17 times he came to the White House. Why is a known pedophile?
Damn, Jeffrey Epstein was hanging out at the White House that many times with Bill Clinton? Crazy.
Coming to the freaking White House to visit with him. And then Mark Middleton,
the more that comes out about this, the more freaked out I am. Like, damn, dude, this guy was so nuts. Dude, Epstein was so nuts deep into the system. Unreal. Unbelievable, man. But yeah, a lot of it really does blow my mind, like just how rotten the system actually is.
The whole thing, hangs himself, shoots himself in the chest, suicide, and then they don't find the gun and it's ruled a suicide. That's a whole different situation. But the fact that Hillary knows if he goes down, everybody's going down, and that's how it is.
What do you think, Jared?
Well, I think the reason Hillary's acting like this because again, she has nothing to do with any of this. No one has ever accused Hillary with anything with Jeffrey Epstein. The Republicans threw her in to try to make it sexier, and so she's like, well, if you're going to include me, then I'm coming. Let's go.
Yeah.
So
she's going to draw on other things, stories not even related to Epstein.
I think she'll come and embarrass him. Look. Again, they held Hillary for 11 hours in a hearing one time.
I saw
remember
it
that
all.
without a bathroom break, right? Like,
you guys still think he's alive? I mean, he could be. I mean, honestly, there were some pieces of information that were coming out that kind of indicated that he might have been swapped out, and they might have faked his death. That's an interesting prospect too. Could Epstein's death have been faked? That's interesting.
Hillary can handle herself.
Is that the Benghazi thing?
Yeah, that was a
What
Benghazi.
difference does it make?
Hillary can handle herself, so I think that's what she's doing here. Watching the
So rumor has it, I guess his Fortnite account, like his account for Fortnite was active again or something, or set to private, one or the other. You guys really think he's alive? You guys in the chat, let me know if you guys think that Jeffrey Epstein's still alive. You guys really think that? I mean, I have an inkling that he might have been switched out, but I'm not going to go too far into that rabbit hole. I don't feel like I could really go into that rabbit hole too far. I mean, you guys feel free to go down that rabbit hole, man, but I don't know. I just don't know, bro. I just don't know. Hell if I know, bro.
Linda Gates thing, and I've seen it now a couple of times. I mean, when the question comes in, she takes a gulp of air. It looks like she threw up and swallowed it.
Yes.
Okay. Whether that particular email is true or not, she looks into the camera and basically tells us stuff like that is true that she is aware of. It doesn't have to be that particular email.
Yes.
Maybe it is or isn't true, that email, but stuff on that level, she knows in her mind.
Can you do me a favor, Rob?
It still really is wild to me, all the stuff that's coming out.
Poll and ask this question: who do you trust more, Bill Clinton or Hillary Clinton? I'm actually curious to know what the audience is going to say. Bill Clinton or Hillary?
Oh man, I don't trust either of them. I think both Bill and Hillary are both rotten to the core. But if I was to choose who is more trustworthy, I hate to say it, I'd probably say Hillary over Bill. I would probably go Hillary over Bill. That's what I think.
Hillary Clinton, because in ties to Trump, and I'll come to you, this is back in 2015 at CPAC, Trump's being asked about Bill Clinton. I don't know if you remember this clip or not. He went hard on Bill Clinton with Epstein. If you want to play this clip, Rob, go for it.
Bill Clinton. Nice guy. Got a lot of problems coming up, in my opinion, with the famous island with Jeffrey Epstein.
The island.
A lot of problems.
Epstein in your remarks about in the Q&A.
Well, I think he's got a problem. I mean,
what do you think the problem will be?
I don't know, but that island was really a cesspool. There's no question about it.
You guys, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers we get, the better. We're currently sitting at 7,888 subs. Once again, 7,888 subscribers. We only need 12 more subscribers to reach 7,900. We're so close. We are so close to 7,900. So please don't forget to tap the subscribe button. It helps out more than you'll ever know. So I appreciate you guys, and back to the show.
Pause it right there. By the way, if you look at the president, he looks much better than he did here. So he's lost weight. Look at those cheeks.
Yeah.
Good for him, right? Look at that. He looks
only at
better today than you did in 2015. Adam, go ahead.
Well, number one, we have to state the clear fact. Trump was talking about the cesspool island in 2015.
That's crazy.
Before he was
Yeah, this has been talked about for a while. I'm surprised it took this long for the FBI to release the files. I still don't get it.
Project manager.
Whoa.
So if you need a project manager, there you go. But let's give Trump a little credit. He was calling out Epstein before he even was president, before he was even running for president, when he was just initiating his campaign right after he came down the escalator. So everybody's accusing Trump of doing something wrong? I don't think so. Number two, there's a big difference between someone like President Bill Clinton and Bill Gates. Bill Gates first. What the hell does Bill Gates need from Epstein? He doesn't need money. He doesn't need access.
I do think that Bill Gates was fascinated by some of the knowledge that Epstein had about financial markets, so I think he wanted to learn from him. However, I do think that Bill Gates is a pervert. That's my opinion. I think he was a little bit perverted and wanted a little bit something from Epstein, if you know what I mean. It's pretty gross. It's pretty disgusting, man.
Yes.
Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Hey, thank you, Brian Perez, for subscribing to the channel. Everybody give a round of applause to Brian Perez. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Let's give a round of applause, baby. Woo! Thank you for subscribing to the channel, though. I greatly appreciate it, bro. Let's keep watching, man.
He doesn't need power. You're the richest man in the world, or one of the richest men in the world. What are you going to Epstein for? Tax advice? So in my opinion, you're going to Epstein Island.
Again, I want to give a shout out to Brian Perez for subscribing. Thank you so much. Once again, round of applause. That's the sound of my cheeks clapping right there. This is what my cheeks sound like when they're clapping. There we go. Okay, let's keep going. It's getting weird.
Get away.
This show's getting weird, bro. This show's getting too weird. It's getting zesty. It's getting freaky too.
Well, he says he never
thing.
went to Epstein Island.
He said he never went.
Okay, but you're associating with Epstein for what? For access to maybe some fun.
Hey, we're at 7,890 subscribers. Once again, we're at 7,890. We're trying to get to 7,900 subscribers before the end of the stream. We're doing our best, so make sure you guys tap the subscribe button. We're so close. We're only 10 subscribers away from hitting 7,900 subs. So please, for the love of God, tap the subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow. Let's keep watching this incredible Pat Bet David interview.
Okay, I don't know if you did or didn't go. Clinton is a little bit different. Do you need money? Do you need power? Do you need fundraising? What are your next moves after you're leaving the White
You're
House?
saying Bill needs Epstein more than Gates needs
There's more
Epstein.
things that someone like Bill Clinton would need from Epstein
So what's your point?
than someone like Bill Gates.
What's your point?
That not all two people are the same. Why are you hanging out with this person? It's like, why are you going to Diddy's house?
One offers girls and fun, the other offers...
Exactly. Why are you going to Diddy's house? You want to get some music? You want to become a new producer
right.
for him? Or do you want to go to the baby oil party?
Oh, I
There's
think
a big
The baby oil party.
difference.
Listen, I think there's a lot.
Baby oil, dude.
There's a lot of these people, and
Domain expansion. Divine baby oil jutsu.
look, this is part of the some of the conspiracy that may turn out to be true. Is that he was curating people of power, and it became, it became leverage over these people. I mean, Elon is in the files, right? Like, if you look at who these people are, right, the rich and the powerful, how was Epstein able to curate all of those people, right? I mean, these are not insignificant folks, right? And it goes beyond even the big names. Then there's another second level of gigantic people, right? Very successful, very wealthy people around the world.
And a lot of them were trying to get, they were allured by the Jeffrey Epstein lifestyle, unfortunately. That's the sad part about this, man. A lot of them were way too enamored with this freaky, weird perversion. It's perverted, dude. A lot of it's perverted. A lot of it's disgusting. And it's crazy to think that all that was happening. It's just crazy. I don't know. The whole Epstein, the whole Epstein saga is totally whacked out, bro. It's all whacked out.
And so, the
Totally
people
crazy.
think that these were bribery things that
Wild.
were going on. You get a little leverage on these folks, right? And so, that's part of what people want to find out. On Trump, I will tell you this. Trump is brilliant at a lot of things. One of the things he's brilliant of is he takes some...
I'm starting to wonder if the Epstein files themselves are a distraction from what's going on in Washington. You know what I mean? Hey, guys, make sure you guys tap the like button. We're currently at 70 likes. We're trying to get to 100 likes. We're trying to get to 100 likes before the end of the stream, preferably in the next 30 minutes or so. So please make sure that you tap the like button. All likes help the channel grow, so the simple act of tapping the like button goes a long way. And I want to thank each and every single one of you for doing that.
Something that
Appreciate you
he
guys.
knows he's got an issue, and he puts it on other people. He takes his weakness, He takes his vulnerability and he puts it on other people. I think Trump was getting ahead of the Epstein thing, knowing, hey, I'm all over that thing too.
I think the other side is much better at it than that. I think in that side, for him to do that, you know how many times CNN...
Oh, we're only 9 subscribers away from hitting 7,900. Please tap the subscribe button. Once again, 7,891 subs currently. 9 more subscribers till 7,900.
And then has to apologize and say it's right. They did kick him off. He did kick out Epstein. Abby had to do it. Then I think a week ago, a guy on CNN came out and said a proven human trafficker, whatever, and he said it twice. He had Scott Jennings called him out. He had to come out and apologize. He was just on Piers Morgan yesterday, found 50 different ways to apologize because he knows if the president wanted to assume he can. If you're not afraid, if you're not afraid of what you've done, you'll sue.
Yeah.
And then you have to go through discovery. So if the guy is playing that much, I'm not telling you he hasn't done it in his career. I think that's actually a playbook from the other side that happens a lot. He just came out. Can you imagine, like, what are you doing bringing the girls out during the debate with Hillary Clinton? If you do that, you have to know the next day they could bring 50 girls on you. Who was E. Jean Carroll? This morning I was watching E. Jean Carroll's interview with Anderson Cooper, and he's like, so what is rape to you? Rape is...
Oh, we got I'm just showing a bunch of subscribers on the screen, by the way. I'm just showing all the people some of the people who subscribed over like the last 24 hours or so.
Not physical. Fantasy. It's a fantasy.
Crazy.
And it's like, we're going to go to a break. You're Anderson. You're fascinating. You're fascinating.
I remember that interview was creepy, man. E. Jean Carroll's a creep. She's so creepy. I don't like her.
All these dumb stories that they try to put on him.
F
so
that,
I think
bro.
That game, I believe Hillary's much better at it than Trump. And look at this here. Look at the score right here. People trust Bill Clinton.
Wow.
They do not trust Hillary Clinton.
Really? They trust Bill Clinton more? I mean, look, granted.
Laugh out loud.
I mean, granted, I'm not a big fan of Hillary, but I don't know.
What?
3,500 people. Yeah, they do
but
not trust.
Regarding Epstein or overall?
Well, that's what they're saying. The audio. I mean, what's the topic we're talking about? By the way, just to say one thing here to everybody that's watching this, I've been in the insurance business for 20-some years, okay? Love the industry, life-changing. If you're watching this and you want to insure yourself,
laugh out loud.
Do yourself a favor and go buy the shirt allegedly. Because when you're going through moments like this, never has there been a more important time to walk around making sure everybody knows you lean on the word allegedly because that's the
allegedly. They have allegedly shirts. That's so funny.
Biggest insurance policy you can have nowadays.
Yeah,
as
allegedly.
long as you use
Laugh
the word
out loud.
allegedly. So if you want to protect yourself, go to vtmerch.com, get yourself an allegedly shirt.
Oh God, I don't like Pat Bet David. I know you. I know that you're slinging T-shirts, bro. But
Laugh
damn
out
it,
loud.
Or a hat, walk around at work with your family, with your friends, and just say, allegedly, this is what I heard. You will be protected, just like many others do, wearing the allegedly gear. And it is one of the greatest conversation
Laugh out
starters.
loud.
No matter where you're at, people look at you, they smile, and it goes into
I'm
a
curious,
conversation.
in a court of law, in a court of law, Jared, you would know this. If you're wearing that shirt and you're talking just out of your butt and you're saying crazy stuff, in court, you just be like,
Allegedly,
hey,
I heard.
I didn't say it out loud,
Allegedly.
but the shirt is saying it.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the...
I don't even know anymore, bro. I don't even know. Oh Lordy. Oh, let's see what else we can watch. The Prince of Darkness, Starmer faces a resignation crisis as Epstein links explode. Okay.
UK Starmer.
I heard about he's like a UK prime minister or something like that. Something Starmer. And I guess he had some pretty deep connections with Epstein. This is crazy, man. I mean, the more we dive into this crazy shit, I mean, I don't even know. But yeah, it seems like Trump's name really isn't anywhere. Like, Trump really doesn't seem to be that involved. I mean, so I'm actually a little more shocked than anybody else, to be quite honest.
Admits he knew of a relationship between Epstein and ex-ambassador Mandelson. Rob, can you show the picture of this guy, Mandelson, that came out that everybody's
Very
like...
flattering.
That is I mean, listen, folks, there's a lot of pictures that can come out. And look, we all have embarrassing pictures. All of us do, right? But this one's pretty bad. Oh, Rob, this is not doing it justice.
The lighting.
Yeah, the lighting on this. But he is he's wearing a shirt and just with his underwear.
Hot.
And that's Mandelson,
Oh, my
allegedly.
God.
And Keir Starmer knows that he knew of this relationship. By the way, right after this came
This is
out.
crazy, man.
Did he resign? I thought he resigned. He stepped down or something, right?
Yeah, he was removed.
He was removed. Okay, Rob, is this it with him talking about it? Go for it.
Can the Prime Minister tell us, did...
Oh, hey, you guys, we're only 8 subscribers away. We're currently sitting at we're at 7,892 subscribers. We're only 8 subscribers away from hitting 7,900. So please, if you guys can, if you're hearing this message, please tap the subscribe button. Just the simple act of subscribing really pushes us out on the algorithm. I love it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for taking the time to subscribe to this channel. Let's keep watching, man. Let's keep watching. Let's keep leering and watching.
The official security vetting he received mentioned Mandelson's ongoing relationship with the paedophile Jeffrey Epstein.
Prime Minister?
Yes, it did.
As a result.
He's like, yes, I did. This guy, man. Ugh. This guy is public enemy number 1 in Britain right now.
As a result,
oh my God.
Various questions were put to him. I intend to disclose to this House all of them, the national security, prejudice to international...
Hey, we're just 7 subscribers away. We're at 7,893 subs. We only need 7 more subscribers to reach 7,900. Can you guys help us? Please subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
Relations on one side. I want to make sure this House sees the full documentation, so it will see for itself the extent to which time and time again Mandelson completely misrepresented the extent of his relationship with Epstein and lied throughout the process, including in response to the due diligence.
Mr. Speaker, I think it is shocking what the Prime Minister has just said. How can he stand up there saying that he knew, but he just asked Peter Mandelson if the security vetting was true or false?
Oh, we're only 5 subscribers away. We're at 7,895 subscribers. We're only 5 subscribers away from hitting 7,900. If you guys can hear this message right now, please subscribe to the channel. Now the question is, who is going to be the 7,900th subscriber? I don't know. I have 0 clue, but I'm excited. Thank you guys for taking the time to sub to the channel. I really appreciate it. Let's keep watching this. But yeah, please subscribe, man.
This is a man who had been sacked from cabinet twice already for unethical behavior. That is absolutely shocking. And that is why later today, my party will call on the government to release all documents relating to Mandelson's appointment,
You can
not
pause
just
this.
the ones that...
I can listen to this accent.
I
all day.
love.
I'm
I
telling
was
you
just.
this.
Have you ever gone? I went.
I've never been in it.
So this is called. It used to be called Question Hour with the Prime Minister, and now it's called Question Time because it doesn't.
This is crazy, though, man. They're going after him hard.
I've gone to this. They do it with such poise. Like, I remember the questioning, and she's like, just because you're the head of child services doesn't mean you should act like a child, and it's just so well done. Like listen how they're talking about Epstein.
You guys, we're only 3 subscribers away from hitting 7,900. 3 subscribers. So we're currently at 7,897 subscribers. Once again, we're at 7,897. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. But we're almost to 7,900, man. We're almost at the goal. I wasn't sure if we were going to make the goal by the end of the stream, but it's looking very, very sure. It's looking very, very assured that we're going to make the goal. 7,900. We're almost there. 3 subscribers away. So who the hell? Hey, thank you, Void Vibes, for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I'm going to put your name on the screen.
Laugh out loud.
Thank you so much, my brony bro. Hey, everybody, give a shout out to Void Vibes 79 for subscribing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we greatly appreciate it, man. Thank you. Hey, I want to give a shout out to everybody who subscribed. Thank you, guys. Woo. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Oh, we're only 2 subscribers away from 7,900. 2 subscribers away. We're almost there, you guys. Hey, you guys are legitimately helping this channel grow, and I want to say thanks to each and every single one of you. To each and every single one of you.
It's
You
like,
think he's going to step down?
well, I mean, if you're watching that, I think that went extraordinarily well for him. I mean, I don't know whether he steps down or not. I mean, this looks like they're going to continue to pull that thread.
I just love that you nailed
2 subscribers away, man. We're only 2 subscribers away from 7,900. So we're currently sitting at 7,898 subscribers. We only need 2 more subscribers to hit 7,900. Let's keep watching.
Like, think about it. When we say pedophile, it's like an indictment.
wild,
They're
man.
like pedophile. It almost sounds like pedolite, like it's like a drink. But I think, and you made a great point about like these are, we're talking about Keir Starmer, and one of the things that you said about the blackmail, Ehud Barak was on a call calling him, asking him, think about this. And the first thing that Jeffrey Epstein said is, who owes you? Who owes you their life? Who owes you favors? He was almost like a consultant because he probably recorded everybody in those rooms where he had.
And that's what he was doing, man. He was recording everybody. He was doing sketchy shit, dude. And the thing is, dude, Jeffrey Epstein was the king of blackmail. Unfortunately, he was the king of blackmail. That's the thing. And hey, you guys, we're only 1 subscriber away. 1 single subscriber away from hitting 7,900. We're currently at 7,899 subscribers. I repeat, 7,899 subscribers. So if you can, make sure that you guys tap the subscribe button. Who's going to be the 7,900 subscriber? I have zero fucking clue. But we're only 1 subscriber away from hitting 7,900 subscribers. We're growing it. Hey, we just did it. We did it. Oh. Hey, guys, thank you so much. 7,900 subs. I repeat, we are officially at 7,900 subscribers. I want to give everybody a shout out. Thank you guys, everybody who subscribed over the years, over recent time. Thank you guys for being a part of this channel. 7,900 subscribers. I can't believe it. You guys make the channel go round, man. You guys make this channel go. So thank you for helping us reach the goal of 7,900 subscribers. Hey, but if you can, we need more. We're on the brink of hitting 8,000 subscribers now. We're only 100 subscribers away from hitting 8,000 subscribers. Tom B, it might have been you, bro.
Cameras, and that was
it might have been you, bro.
That was it. It's the blackmail.
It might have been you, Tom B. It might have been, bro.
I'm a president. I'm a prime.
Laugh out loud.
UK Starmer.
Hey, thank you, True R. Hey, everybody give a round of applause for True R for subscribing. Thank you, man. Thank you once again to True R.
Laugh out loud.
I'm going to put your name back up on the screen, Brony. Thank you for subscribing, man. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, True R. Thank you, Tom B, for subscribing as well. Woo! I want to give everybody their flowers, and I want to thank all you guys for taking the time to subscribe to the channel. It really does mean the world to me. And you guys are the reason that the channel's growing at a rapid rate. The simple fact that you guys want to subscribe to the channel and be a part of this mission to expose the woke agenda, and also have a good time reacting to Karen's overreacting to the world.
Admits
Hell
he
yeah.
knew of a relationship between Epstein and ex-ambassador Mandelson. Rob, can you show the picture of this guy, Mandelson, that came out that everybody's
Very
like,
flattering.
that is a, I mean, listen, folks, there's a lot of pictures.
Hold on. We got to catch up to where we were at. I think we're at minute 5 or something like that.
Ambassador of the United States is huge. What also was in the Epstein guy, and I happen to agree with the woman that was challenging Starmer.
Damn, dude, we're already at 7,904 subscribers. What the heck? Dude, you know what's crazy is we could reach 8,000 subscribers by the end of the stream. Maybe. I doubt that. I doubt it, but oh my God, I would love it. So I can't believe it, man. We're at 7,904 subscribers. I mean, we're really hitting some benchmarks, you guys, and it's all thanks to you guys. You guys have made this show what it is today. We are leaving a real mark on YouTube, and we're saying, hey, we're exposing fraud. We're reacting to fraud that's being exposed. We're tired of being told what to do by the government because people in government are incompetent and all they want is power, and we're tired of being told what to do by incompetent people in the government. We're tired of it, man. We're sick of it. It makes us sick to know that we have to answer to the government in any way.
In that all you did was ask, okay, you're not really into this, are you? Wouldn't you do, Pat, if we hire a director of marketing, we do a background check. We call references, right? You're telling me all you did, okay, give me your word. Give me your word. This Epstein rumor is not there. So Starmer either did incomplete.
Hey, let's give a shout out to, hey, thank you so much. We belong to the light. We belong 3920. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you for liking the stream. Thank you for subscribing to the stream. I really appreciate it. To everybody who liked and subscribed, I want to thank you deeply and truly. Thank you guys for being so incredible. We're trying to get to 8,000 subscribers as quickly as we can. I'll admit it. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. It really does help the channel grow in more ways than one. It helps me feel like I have a bigger dong than I actually have.
Research, or was lied to up front, found out later, but then did nothing. And now when the box is open and everybody can look inside, Starmer's coming out. But you have to remember, this is a big deal. He was ambassador to the United States.
If you say he worked directly with Blair on that call with
Laugh
Epstein,
out loud.
Okay, when he was talking to Ehud Barak, Tony Blair's name came up, and he said XYZ company pays him $2 million a year. What was the company that was it? A telecommunication company that paid him $2 million a year?
Loud.
You remember that they talked about? He says XYZ pays Tony Blair $2 or $3 million a year for a board seat. So I don't know how deep. If this guy knows anything
Laugh out loud.
about Blair's connection with Epstein, if he worked that closely with them, I mean, this can go even deeper now, Tom, than just, with Keir Starmer stepping down. It can go back to Tony Blair, and Tony
Laugh
Blair,
out loud.
wasn't he just assigned on the project on rebuilding of Gaza or something? Wasn't he given a job that had to do with Gaza?
On the Board of Peace,
Yeah,
right?
the Board of Peace with Kushner, I believe, and Witkoff, if I'm not mistaken. Adam, where are you at with this?
So with this situation with Keir Starmer,
Yes.
So let's get one thing clear: these lords in British politics mean nothing. Lord, you could do the most scandalous, ridiculous, sensationalist things ever. People who are named lords very rarely lose their title. So
That's crazy,
We saw
man.
Prince Andrew. What happened with him? He was a prince. Lord, what is he called? Lord Mandelson? Lord Farquhar. There you go. Jeffrey Archer was Lord Jeffrey Archer. This guy went to jail for perjury. Famously did not lose his lordship.
Wow.
So
that's crazy,
who
man.
she is? Are you familiar with who she is?
So like once you're a lord, once you're a lord, you don't lose that status, do you? Is that how it works? Because I'm trying to figure out if that's how it works.
She's basically the highest ranking, I
Yeah,
want to
something
say,
like that.
member of the Conservative Party. So it'd be the equivalent of like a black female conservative now running the Republican Party. So imagine if Candace Owens, pre-going off the Richter scale, was the face of the new Republican establishment. So this is, if you know anything about the Tories and conservatives in the UK, this is the party of Churchill. They've done nothing but destroyed UK.
Yeah.
That the longest serving power players in UK history, the British people are like, we are so done with you. We're going to elect
Damn,
this
dude.
absolute socialist weirdo Keir Starmer. And look where they are now with this.
Yeah, she's
so
like
she's
Speaker of the
coming in and
House or
actually
Senate
being like
Majority Leader.
sensible and basically saying, listen, we're not standing for this. She's almost like reinventing the Conservative Party in the UK, and God knows they need it.
By the way, that was like the easiest question and answer. I don't even think she thought it was going to be so easy. Please tell me this wasn't, you didn't know this. And he goes, I knew. She was like, oh.
Oh, wow, that was easy.
We didn't expect that to be so quick.
Why do you think he did that, though? Because if they said, by the end of the day today, we're going to be requesting for all communication, she was going to find out that there's communication
But
anyways.
who's been fired? I mean, he's got to look. It's going to be him if he doesn't fire people who handled this for him, right? I mean, so if he doesn't fire the team that handled this, it's going to be him.
He's also the opposite of Trump. He's not built for these moments, the bright lights, and he's like, I confess. Where Trump would be like, you know me, I would never do something like that. It was this guy over here, what a loser. He's just not built for the bright lights, and he just basically admitted to hiring this guy.
Well, Trump would also go on the offense and would have looked at her and said, I don't like your smile.
That's
Terrible
true.
question.
But in politics, you have to do this. So now they're talking about, what does Kalshi say the odds are that he's going to step down at this point?
Before September.
Probably like 99%. Kalshi is not a good. Look, I'm not a big fan of Kalshi. I think it's a shitty prediction. I think all prediction markets are stupid. I think it's for gamblers that want. It's gamblers who want. It's basically gamblers against gamblers is what Kalshi is. Also, I think the same for poly market. I'm still not a big fan of prediction markets in general. I do think it's a place for gamblers to just be total degenerates and be stupid idiots. But, whatever. CNN partner with Kalshi, and CNN are a bunch of idiots, so it makes sense to me.
September 1st. 60%.
So basically flip a coin, if not more. This guy's out over this scandal?
Yes.
He didn't do anything wrong.
But
he wasn't
knew.
on the island.
He knew.
But he knew.
He knew.
So dominoes are going to fall.
Well, what happened to Penn State coach?
Joe Pa?
Yeah, what happened to him?
Sandusky?
Yeah.
Because he knew about when Sandusky was doing? Yeah.
He knew. He knew.
But he was on his way out anyway. He was like 90 years old.
Out, but I mean,
this guy's in his
legacy,
first term.
I get that.
By the way, Pat, this is yesterday, and look what happens at 4:40 p.m.
When he answers the question.
Boom!
Yeah, bingo. When he answers
see that green line?
Yep. If you're watching this and you want to insure yourself, do yourself a favor and go buy the shirt allegedly. Because when you're going through moments like this, never has there been a more important time
Not
to
again.
walk around
Not again.
making sure everybody knows you lean on the...
Thank you, Dosido, for subscribing. I appreciate it, man. Let's give a shout out to Dosido313 for being a subscriber. I really appreciate it, my brony bro. Let's give a shout out. Everybody, if you guys want to subscribe, please tap the subscribe button. It really does help the channel grow. We're trying to reach 8,000 subscribers now. We're currently sitting pretty at 7,903 subscribers. We're trying to get to 8,000, but we'll see. We'll see what we could do, bro. We'll see what we could do.
Award allegedly because that's the biggest insurance policy you can have nowadays as long as you use the word allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to protect yourself, go to vtmerch.com, get yourself an allegedly shirt or a hat, walk around at work with your family, with your friends, and just say, allegedly, this is what I heard. You will be protected, just like many others do, wearing the allegedly gear. And it is one of the greatest conversation starters. No matter where you're at, people look at you, they smile, and it goes into
I'm
a
curious,
conversation.
in a court of law, in a court of law, Jared, you would know this. If you're wearing that shirt and you're talking just out of your butt and you're saying crazy stuff, in court, you just be like,
Allegedly,
hey,
I heard.
I didn't say it out loud, but the shirt is saying it.
That is a good question.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here.
Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to Valuetainment. Make sure you tap the like button on these things. They're pretty cool, man. I love them. But yeah, man, with everything that's happening right now, it's crazy. Oh, it looks like New York City's freezing over. That's crazy. No surprise there. But yeah, this is wild, man. Oh, dude, somebody snuck onto Epstein's private island in 2020. Let's take a look.
Would you raise your hand, please? Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the matter now pending should be the truth, the whole truth, and...
By the way, the title of this video is Sneaking Onto Jeffrey Epstein's Private Island 2020 Part 1. Subscribe to Brackos and hit the like button. Hell yeah. These guys are cool.
Nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Crazy.
Would you please state your full name?
I'm Jeffrey Edward Epstein, and my residence address is 6100 Red Hook Boulevard in Virgin Islands.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
Yes.
What was the crime of which you were convicted?
Procuring a minor for prostitution.
Did you in fact commit those acts?
I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right.
How many times have you solicited a minor for prostitution?
This is crazy, bro. This is wild. Holy crap.
Same answer.
Have you ever solicited a minor for prostitution in the Virgin Islands?
Same answer.
Have you ever solicited a minor for prostitution anywhere at any time?
Again, I'm going to assert my right.
Did you ever? We're going to go off the record. So you are terminating the deposition at this time? The recess of the deposition.
So they managed to sneak onto Epstein's island, really? How did they pull that off?
So what are we doing? Going on a little trip. Going to an island. This is some deep shit. Like when you first told me about it, I felt
I can't believe it. Did they actually manage to sneak onto the island?
super sick and nauseous, and then I kind of forgot about
Common people going to Jeffrey Epstein's island. What the hell, bro?
it until tonight, and how serious this actually is. And here we are. It's a bad idea. I'm done. I'm done. I can't do this.
Damn, dude, what the heck? That is so creepy. I don't know what it is, but there's something about that whole sundial thing that's just so creepy. Okay, so they went to John F. Kennedy International Airport, okay. All right. So they're on St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, 4 a.m. Okay. Way down in Epstein. Hey guys, thank you for voting. Thank you guys so much for voting in the poll, by the way. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We got 75 votes. 59% of you said yes, I will. And then 41% of you said no, F my life. All right, let's keep watching. We're down in Kokomo. We'll take it fast and then we'll take it slow. Damn, bro. Creepy.
I don't like that at all. Let's get the fuck out. Let's get the fuck out.
Well, what did they see? What did they see? Hold on.
Let's get the fuck out. I don't like that at all.
Hold on.
Oh, dude.
I don't like that at all. Let's get the fuck out. Let's get the fuck out.
What's happening, dude? What's happening? What the hell? What the hell? This is like a horror movie, dude. It is straight up a horror movie. Like the type of Escape from Epstein's Island, that sort of horror movie, Crazy. You ain't leaving, bro. They were nearly compromised 12 hours later. We returned. Okay.
This is so surreal.
No tunnels. Unless they're really good and covered. Active power.
Dude, this is crazy, man. How the hell did they manage to get onto Epstein's private island? Or at least, how the hell did they get on there and get into all these rooms?
We did it.
Dude, they reached Epstein's temple. What the fuck? That is such a weird... Dude, this is weird.
We did it.
How the hell? They actually made it to the private island in 2020, and they were able to check out everything that's happening there. That's crazy, bro.
There's something.
That's crazy, bro. That is insane. Insanity, bro. I don't know how they were able to sneak in like that, but that's so cool. Oh, guys, will have to give me a few seconds here. I'm taking a quick glance at the metal markets, real quick, the precious metal ones, and yeah, everything's going up like crazy. It's wild. Go figure. The one thing I do love about the silver markets, though, is just how hyper volatile they are. People underestimate the volatility of the silver markets, man. It's one of those things for me, bro. I love the volatility of the metal markets. It's a great thing, man. Yeah, it looks like Wall Street's rallying, man. Wall Street is rallying.
We have got
All right, so this is probably going to be the last video that we react to, and then we're going to end the stream because I need to eat myself some lunch. And, yep, so I'm going to eat some lunch. And, yeah.
Major League Fox News alert. Listen.
Because here we go. The Dow is now above 50,000. And it is happening now. 50,000.
Oh, wow, the Dow broke 50,000, man. Is that an all-time high for the Dow Jones Industrial Average? That's crazy. That is honestly pretty insane right there. Unbelievable. And they pick only 30 companies for the Dow as well.
John, there it is. This is an all-time high. I believe it's we're on track for the fifth record close of 2026. The market is bouncing back from what was a really uncertain market all week. The S&P 500, the NASDAQ getting hit by a tech sell-off. And here we go. It is off to the races, up almost 1,100 points, 2.25% gain. John, 50,000 is a big round number.
Boy, I'll tell you, and look at where it is compared to November of 2016 when Donald Trump was elected and everybody predicted that the Dow was going to go in the toilet. In fact, it went exactly the opposite direction. And then
It's looking pretty up to me, man. Here's the thing. All I know is that I want to have a broad, diversified index of stocks globally. I want to have exposure to gold, and I want to have exposure to silver. Because those are three things that the government does not have the ability to print. The problem is the government prints dollars, and that's a problem. That is a problem. The government is so good at printing the dollar, and the dollar is intrinsically worthless, by the way. It's not backed by anything, so therefore it's intrinsically worthless. And the government continues to debase the dollar by printing more and more and more and more of the dollar. So there is no reason to even have a high yield savings account because you are getting so screwed over by inflation. So having a high yield savings account is a waste of frickin' time, in my opinion.
Last year, when Liberation Day hit and then all the tariff news came.
I would rather hold the best savings account, in my opinion, is gold and silver. One of the reasons why I love gold and silver ETFs is, one, I can swing trade them. It's very easy to get in and get out because they're highly liquid. People are always wanting them, essentially. And so I swing trade gold and silver ETFs because it helps. The volatility of both of those precious metals gives me the ability to make a little extra cash. Without a doubt.
We started applying tariffs to a lot of goods coming in from overseas. Everybody thought, well, the sky is falling and the Dow's going to go back down to where it was in 2016. And I boldly predicted that by this time next year, the Dow would hit 50,000, and there you go.
Pretty remarkable. Right now joining us is our Fox Business correspondent, Lydia Hu. Lydia, it was a wild ride this week. I don't know if anybody saw things finishing up like this, but there was a couple big data points this morning. Consumer sentiment was unexpectedly up and beat expectations. Also, the inflation read was better than expected. So what all is getting the market to this point right now?
This is a huge psychological milestone, crossing that 50,000 point mark for the first time ever. And more to your point about where we've been coming from, John was just talking.
Yeah, here's the thing, man. My main motto is, if the government can print it, I don't want to hold it. If the government can debase the thing that I'm holding, if the government can print it, I want nothing to do with it. If the thing that I'm holding has no intrinsic value, then why the hell would I even hold it? That is my philosophy. Why the hell would I hold something that doesn't have a single ounce of intrinsic value? I just don't understand the logic behind that. That's one of the reasons why I don't hold precious metals at all. I refuse to hold. Precious metals. Jesus, that's one of the reasons why I do hold precious metals, because the government can't print metal. There is no way for the government to print the metal itself. The metal will be the metal. You can't just create gold and silver out of thin air. Well, I mean, the sun can.
About the Liberation Day tariffs, just to reset and remind everyone where we were back in April and the days that followed the imposition of the Liberation Day.
So Johnny Dub is asking, is silver going to go back up past $100 an ounce? I got no clue. I have no idea, and I don't really care if it does or not. All I care about is I want silver. I want the price of silver to crash really hard so I can keep buying it on the dip. And then I want silver to go up on another bull run so I could kind of sell on the upswing. What I do is I make profit from the volatility of the silver markets. That's one of the reasons I'm able to make profit very quickly, is because silver is such a volatile product, but silver is still valuable. That's the difference. Silver may be volatile, but that doesn't take away from the fact that silver is naturally valuable and is, in my opinion, in very high demand based on the analysis that I see. I think that silver is going to be in very, very, very high demand here pretty soon. And even if silver goes on a bear run, as I like to say, even if silver goes down, I'm still buying silver, dude. Like, I don't understand why people wouldn't buy silver on the dip. Like, I love buying silver on the dip, bro. That's just the way I do it.
Tariffs.
That's how I roll, bro.
As low as 37,000 on the Dow.
So ET is wondering, when's Bitcoin going back up? I hope it never goes back up, because Bitcoin is a waste of time and it's a waste of money. Bitcoin is intrinsically worthless, so it's a total waste of time to even care about Bitcoin. Essentially what I'm trying to say, ET, is that Bitcoin sucks. Bitcoin sucks really, really hard. So yeah, I don't trust Bitcoin for the life of me. I will never trust Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin sucks. See, the problem with Bitcoin is Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. In a lot of ways, Bitcoin is a lot like the dollar. The only difference is that there's a fixed amount of Bitcoin, whereas the dollar's supply keeps getting increased and increased over time. But what I'm trying to get at is Bitcoin is utterly worthless because it's not backed by anything. It's just a string of data at the end of the day. Bitcoin is not money. It is a lousy string of data, and it's a Ponzi scheme. It has a lot of MLM qualities as well. So basically, the reason that Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme is that in order for old investors to get rich, new naive investors need to be in play. New naive investors need to be in those markets. So yeah, I don't trust for the life of me. I don't trust the dollar. I don't trust any of it, bro. I don't trust any of it.
How we've been
But yeah, I love swing trading silver though. Swing trading silver is a very fun prospect.
punching back in shorter than a year's time since then. And Sandra, you are absolutely right. This week has been punctuated by a brutal sell-off in the markets that we've been tracking over and far.
Okay.
Business. A lot of that driven by what exactly is going on with artificial intelligence. There was an announcement about a new type of software and its impact on really our blue collar service sector. But it looks like we are the dip buyers, so to speak. They see prices go down, they see a sell off, they swoop in because they've got
Yeah, because I'm a dip buyer. I love buying the dip. I buy the dip on just about anything if it's naturally a valuable thing, I will buy the dip. If silver, if the price of silver is crashing, I'm buying the dip. If the price of gold is crashing, I'm buying the dip. If the entire global market is crashing or going down in any sort of way, I'm buying the dip. Naturally, I am a dip buyer, and I am very proud to say that I love to buy the dip. Buying the dip is the best thing in my opinion. It really is. It's the best thing. Not financial advice, by the way. I just want to make that very, very clear. Not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. Do I make myself clear?
And the ability of this market and this economy to keep punching forward. Sandra, you asked about the consumer sentiment survey. This is a monthly survey that comes out from the University of Michigan. They're measuring consumer confidence on a monthly
I love Tim Walls.
basis, a really important leading indicator because so much of our economy is driven by consumer spending. So if consumers are feeling confident and more optimistic, then that would suggest that there will be more spending that would be good for business and therefore good for the markets. And you're right, today, consumer sentiment jumping mid-February. We're seeing a 6-month high on consumer sentiment. The index is up almost a full point, 0.9 points to 57.3. That is the highest that we have seen since August. And important.
Man, I just want to say thank you to everybody who subscribed to the channel. The more subscribers we get, the better. But yeah, make sure you guys tap the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 8,000 subscribers. We're currently sitting at, how many subscribers do we have? We have 7,903 subscribers. Once again, we're sitting at 7,903 subscribers. So please, you guys, take the time to hit the subscribe button. It really does help the channel grow. Let's keep reacting to these videos.
Importantly, consumers are saying they see inflation, their expectations about the direction of inflation, they see that improving. They see that further moderating. That's also really important. And one final point that I would add here too is among the indices and the indexes that we track over on the Fox Business Network, we also track indexes for manufacturing. And we got some really encouraging reads out of those surveys earlier this month for the country, showing that manufacturing, for the first time in 11 months, punching into expansion territory out of contraction territory that might have something to do with what we're seeing here today.
So Lydia, a lot of the increase in the Dow, in the last 5,000, 6,000 points has been through AI and AI investment. And then it seemed like it was a little shaky that there was an AI bubble that was building. That doesn't seem to have happened.
It does not seem to have happened. It is a constant and ongoing discussion, though, John. I will tell you, we are always tracking how the flow of money is going from the AI tech spend, from the infrastructure to the software, and everyone is looking for where is the payoff. We're seeing incredible amounts of what they call CapEx spending from companies. Amazon is a terrific example out with their earnings this week, blowing everyone away with how much they're spending in their bill.
Here's the thing, man. Amazon's a pretty big company, bro. Amazon, yeah, not financial advice, man. Not financial advice. Yeah, that's the one thing I always say on this channel. It's like probably the three words that I say the most on this channel in succession to get to in order together. Not financial advice. I say that so often on this channel. Not financial advice. I like to make that very, very clear.
Out to accommodate artificial intelligence. And even though they had also terrific earnings and revenue that beat expectations, meaning they're earning more than anyone anticipated, because they're also spending so much on AI, the Amazon stock fell off. So there are some questions about when exactly are we going to see the return on the investment. I will tell you, for the time being, there are a lot of bulls on Wall Street. Sandra will tell you that. There's a lot of optimism here.
Yeah, the tough part about this market is the volatility, uncertainty.
There's nothing wrong with volatility, you guys. If you, by the way, let's say you're a swing trader, right? If you're a swing trader, volatility is your best friend, especially if you have cash on the side. The whole goal is when you're swing trading, you want to make sure that you have a certain amount of cash sitting in your brokerage at all times for the opportunity to buy the dip, right? So I'm constantly taking the opportunity to buy the dip in the silver market, in the gold market, right? I ain't saying as a gold digger, but you ain't messing with no broke. But no, seriously, I love buying into the dip. I'm constantly a dip buyer. That's just how I operate, and that's how I flow, dude. That's my main flow. And I don't understand why people don't buy the dip to begin with, man. Buying the dip is amazing. But make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We're at 7,903 subscribers. Once again, we're at 7,903 subscribers. Please subscribe to the channel to help us grow. We're really desperate to grow as high as we can go. So any amount of assistance, like just the simple act of subscribing, really goes a long way. And I want to thank you guys for taking the time to tap the subscribe button. It really, really helps in more ways than you can ever imagine. Give me a moment. I got an itch. There we go. All right. Way down in Kokomo. Take it fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. Way down in Kokomo. Fergie's email exchange. Fergie. Wait, are we talking about Fergie the singer? Was she exchanging emails with Jeffrey Epstein?
Joining us from the UK, Esther. This is a shocker. He is a disgrace. What more can the royal family do? They obviously want him to hide from public sight forever.
Yeah, I think the latest, basically series of the Jeffrey Epstein files is kind of what pushed the king over the edge, and I'm sure he's kind of slowly losing his mind because they wish the scandal would go away. But
Oh, this isn't okay. This is about the royal Duchess or whatever. Never mind. Don't really care about that.
We have got a Major League Fox News.
This is crazy, man. I need a second, though. I need a second. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Awaken with JP. Okay, we got to react to this. I love Awaken
Bill,
with JP.
And we're not recording yet, so it's off the record. Going through these Epstein files, did you really give Melinda an STD that you got from the Russian girls?
No, absolutely.
So it didn't come from a lab. You know what I mean? It came from Russian gals. But what STD did you give Melinda?
TB, HIV, malaria, HPV, anemia.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah.
This is great.
Those ones, all you got to do is take a towel.
Hey, everybody, Awaken with JP. He's pretty funny. I'm going to like this. I'm going to like this
all all
video.
before bed for 2 months, clears him right up.
Very clever.
The files also say that you asked Epstein for a form of an antibiotic that you could slip into Melinda's food to treat her without her ever knowing. Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you feel bad for
God.
sleeping with Russian girls of unspecified ages and then giving Melinda an STD?
I don't care.
Do you ever give an STD to anyone else?
God. Oh my God.
I gave.
This is a pretty funny. This is a pretty funny fake mashup. I like it.
Some to my children.
Oh my God.
A lot of them?
Hopefully not so much to distort their lives.
By the way, how's the new vaccine coming?
So there are already hundreds of thousands of deaths.
That's a lot of deaths.
Well, we see that in particular with vaccines.
So circling back, hanging out with Epstein.
So I do some of that.
Yeah, quite a bit. you know, a known sex offender, a lot of people have a negative perspective on that.
Dude, this is pretty funny, man. I swear, Awaken with JP, man. He always, when it comes to comedy, dude, this guy stretches it. I love it. I love it. He walks he walks a fine line and takes a shit on it. I love it. I love it.
So why'd you hang out with Epstein?
I think it's a good idea.
Not all billionaires like to hang out with Epstein, though. It's weird. Do you think they should?
I think they should not only.
Hey, thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. If you guys think that Bill Gates is a total creep, make sure you guys subscribe. If you guys love the work that we're doing on this channel and you guys want to keep supporting us, please subscribe to the channel. But yeah, if you guys think that Bill Gates is a total creepazoid, tap the subscribe button. Let's go.
Only because it would have very positive impact, but I think they would find it very fulfilling.
Yeah, I can only imagine how fulfilling that would be. You know, it's known that you attended dinners with Epstein, but you guys were also working on some real science. Like emails from 2015 show that you were working with Epstein to plan the pandemic. Did you guys?
Whoa. I heard rumor about this, by the way. I wouldn't be surprised if this is true, but I gotta take a piss real quick. I gotta take a quick piss. Hold on. Let me pee, you guys. I gotta pee. Okay. All right, let's I think this will be the last video that we react to. I'm not too sure. Not too sure just yet, but we'll see. We'll see what the last video ends up being.
Scientific breakthroughs.
I'm loving it, bro.
The main cause of
I'm loving
diarrhea
this
was
shit.
discovered there.
Yeah, it makes me wonder, with so much science and philanthropy going on, how's Epstein able to get so much blackmail dirt on a guy like you?
Well, you have to do constant surveillance, including things like sewage surveillance.
And then you use that for control. Makes sense, right? But with all this stuff about you that's come out in these files and all the things that could come out, do you ever worry about facing justice and prosecution, things like that?
Well, when you have great wealth, say
no more. And that is how that should work. But anyway, we're going to start this interview now. We recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
There's an uproar about Bill Gates' relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, sparked by the release of the new Epstein files. So joining us tonight to discuss these damning files is Bill Gates. Bill, how do you respond to the allegations? And
This shit's so funny, dude. I love this shit. This is amazing.
The files. Here's the PR script. Just...
Oh, man. I'm loving this, man. I'm loving this a lot. Dude, Awaken with JP, bro. Too funny.
I met Jeffrey in 2011. So over a period of 3 years, I had a number of dinners with him. The focus was always, he knew a lot of very rich people, and he was saying he could.
Hey, like I said, if you guys think that Bill Gates is a total creepazoid, please subscribe to the channel. We need more subscribers. But yeah, if you guys think that Bill Gates is creepy as hell and is guilty as hell, please subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
Get them to give money to global health.
You only met him at dinners.
It's factually true that I was only at dinners. I never went to the island. I never met any women.
Right. No.
Oh my God. This is so crazy.
No women. We should probably just include girls in that. Here, it's this one. It reminds you.
It just reminds me, every minute I spent with him, I regret and I, apologize that I did that.
Apology accepted. Bill Gates, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Great. And cut.
This is great.
You did great on this, Bill. You got nothing to worry about. By the way, I really enjoyed your guys' work on the pandemic.
The next pandemic that'll come sometime could be worse.
Can't wait to see what you
Oh God. Oh God.
have planned.
Awaken with JP, man. I love this guy.
As I've reflected on the past year, one of my best discoveries has been
He really is pretty funny, though. Awaken with JP. I love this guy.
magnesium breakthrough and how it's positively impacted my sleep. I discovered it a while ago, and honestly, it's become a non-negotiable in my nighttime ritual. Better sleep sounds simple, but the difference is real. I'm falling asleep faster, staying asleep, and waking up refreshed with great energy. Not groggy, not drowsy, genuinely refreshed. Here's how it works. Most magnesium supplements just use one simple form of magnesium that your body can't absorb, but Magnesium Breakthrough uses 7 essential forms of magnesium plus the passport delivery
That sounds pretty good. Go on.
system to help your body absorb and use the magnesium. And the ripple effects are huge. Less stress during the day, muscles recover better from workouts. And
Hey, if you guys can, though, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers we get, the better. We're currently at 7,904 subscribers. Once again, we're at 7,904 subscribers. I really appreciate you all. Let's keep it going.
Even notice my digestion's improved. And Bioptimizers is now offering a Valentine's Day deal. 15% off as a gift to yourself. For an exclusive offer, go to bioptimizers.com/JP and use code AWAKEN for 15% off. If deep sleep has been on your upgrade list, this is it. Trust me.
Wild, man. Freaking wild. Hey, thank you guys for tapping the like button as well. Thank you guys for liking. Thank you guys for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Like I always say, the more likes, the more subscribes we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in a lot of ways. But yeah, man, we just had a lot of people. We've had an influx of subscribers come in. A lot of people liking the streams. And yeah, and just the simple act of you guys liking the stream really pushes it out on the algorithm. So thank you guys for tapping the like button. I'm trying to see if we can get to 100 likes before I end the stream, but I'm not sure if it's possible. But please tap the like button anyway, because it does help us reach a wider audience overall. And I'm always trying to see what I could do to get the show out there a little bit farther, you know. Okay. Way down in Kokomo. We'll take it fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to end the stream here in just a few moments, but we'll end the stream on a positive note, the most positive note that you could think of. Make sure you guys vote in the poll, by the way. It does help the channel in a lot of ways. We're going to end this in a hilarious note. Oh, no, I'll get copyright struck. Never mind. Let's see, what else do we got here? Da. But yeah, this shit's wild, man. But I do want to thank you guys for taking the time to view the stream. I'm a little bit, I've been streaming for about 3 hours and 35 minutes, so I want to thank you guys for taking the time to like the stream and taking the time to subscribe to the stream. Once again, if you guys don't want to miss another show, make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. We're currently sitting at 7,904 subscribers. Once again, 7,904 subscribers. I love it. Thank you guys for being so incredible. You guys are helping the channel grow in a lot of ways. I can't thank you guys enough, man. So tap the subscribe button, tap the like button, and